Nah. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. That made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wonder why? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Ask what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode 244 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can also find on Spotify. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on, I believe you can find it on iHeartRadio. You can also find it on Google. You can find it on Timbuktu. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts, most likely. And if you do, make sure you leave us a rating. It helps us find more listeners like yourself. Let's see. Man, Carter, welcome back. So, I know you can't talk about
okay,
what you were doing.
Let's get this out of the way. Number one, I am back. Let's not make a big deal of it. I'm back. I want to thank everybody for welcoming the boy Robo in, for holding the seat for me for 1 week. Thank you to all of you people, like I said, for just appreciating Robo and welcoming him in here with open arms. I also want to thank everybody from the comments I saw, from the messages I got, that even though you did welcome the boy Robo in and you showed that appreciation, that Robo came in sick as well, I believe.
Yeah,
but I also want to thank and I want to thank him for that. And I also want to thank you all, just because even though he did do that, you all let it be known and made it abundantly clear that even though he did do that, we all know whose chair this is. So I want to thank all of you for that. I want to thank y'all for that. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way real quick. No, I cannot talk about what I played or the offer that was handed to me. No, I cannot. No, I can't get you a job as a game tester. Trust me, you would not want it because you ain't making no bread. But I cannot stress this enough. I cannot, under any circumstances, talk about what I played, what I saw, what I did, because Disney and Marvel lawyers are terrifying. And hopefully that just gave you all an inkling. Hopefully you all are smart enough to catch that real quick. Because I just gave you a clue without giving you a clue. But I can say, when you all see it announced, I bet that's what Carter was talking about. A lot of y'all gonna be saying that. And I can also say that, because I see one person in the chat asking if it's a certain thing. I'm not going to say what that person said. I'm just going to say multiple people can play it at the same time. It ain't single player. I'll say that. I'll answer that question because I see people saying that. But that's all I can. That's all I can really say about that. Don't know about that. Don't message me asking me to get y'all a job as a game tester. You will get blocked and ridiculed by me and everybody else in here. But it was fun. It was fun. It was a week of work, man. Like, shit, because I would hit you up every fucking day I left that office. But yeah, man. It was I had a blast. I had a blast playing what I played. I had a blast meeting the team and being a part of that team for a week. And if I want it to be longer than a week, that offer is on the table, but I don't know if I necessarily want it. But yeah, I'm back. Let's get to the shits. Let's get to it. And, I ain't been going that long, So yeah, let's get it.
All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and start us off right. Y'all. We got us. Oh, wait, come back. Baby, come back. Oh, there we go. Gokhan Shure's baby's father with the $2 says, boy, got a check and got a shape up. I see, King.
Okay, so you know what? You know what's funny about that is this got done before the check for no other reason than I actually found a black barbershop where the price was not egregiously disrespectful. Ooh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it.
Oh, wait, Mike. Yeah, Mike did the squirrely thing. Now I can't hear you at all.
Can't hear me at all?
Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. There you go.
What you shouted at me? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this because Ernie has been the one who has been able to hear everything about this. No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Nah.
Let's keep it because you know where I was gonna go.
Yeah, I did.
You heard about that shit.
As soon as you said it, I was like,
dog. But yeah, we ain't gonna do that.
I'm about to say, let's not be ugly. Let's not be ugly.
Let's just say to everybody, learn not to be so damn salty. That's my recommended this week. Stop being so goddamn salty at video games. Okay?
Ooh.
Stop it.
Bars.
Stop it. They're video games. Stop being so goddamn salty and taking shit way too serious. That's a bunch of zeros and ones. Stop it.
Bars.
I'm trying to see. Haircut Carter is trying to be well behaved because everything that you know, it was before I got the haircut. It was before I got the haircut. It was before it. So now that I have gotten a haircut, I'm trying to be well behaved. I am I'm not trying to stoop down to their ugly ass GameCube body built levels. I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to behave. You don't do that. Don't do that because I sent you a picture of them. How that motherfucker.
Oh no,
built.
I know. That's why when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, he ain't lied. Here's what I will say. You know, I want to bring some positivity into this. I want to bring some positivity in this. I want to give a shout out here. You know what? Yeah, screw it. Here, we're gonna do it like this. We are going. Ooh, you know what would probably be helpful in that regard is if I actually had the thing set up that would allow the other thing to actually occur in the first place. But yeah, we're not going to talk about it. But what we are going to do is we're going to hit the bomb. Because yeah, I gotta put respect. I gotta put respect on Jonathan Moda. And like I said, without saying the exact ins and outs of it, let me just say my job as of late, though I will admit it was stressful as hell. Getting the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of it, it has made my life infinitely easier. The amount of stress and setback and I guess for lack of a better way to put it, the amount of just sheer mind numbing hang-ups and crashes and freezes and everything has all been just hand waved away. So I want to give shout out to Jonathan Moda. Just put that out there. Also, man, shout out because damn, Jesus Christ.
Right? The court jester.
Legit, this motherfucker. Look, I gotta put some respect on this. This is not just look, this is we've been hit for max damage. Lavessa Samurai with the 99.99 says, it was a good weekend in honor of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm spreading the wealth. One of my old teachers asked me to come speak to our class next week for career day. It was unexpected, and I have no idea what I'm gonna say, but we'll see. Here's the thing. You know what you're gonna say? You're gonna say all the right shit. That's what you're gonna say.
There you go. There you go.
You're gonna say all the right shit.
Thank you for that 99.99.
Yes.
And I cannot stress this enough. Don't y'all go begging Levester for shit, because I'm looking at this profile pic and how slick that bald head is. With as thick as that beard is, he probably won't be as nice as Gearless Mo when y'all go bugging him. Levester, just with the name Levester, and then he says that he's a samurai, he might actually put hands on you if you bother him. So thank you for that contribution to the Blerd Cave. Hopefully nobody bothers you, dog.
Dude,
and Ernie
yes,
and I
sir.
just got through talking about Final Fantasy VII, actually, because
Yeah, we actually were.
I was on false pretenses. What?
I forgot to do this Thursday. I super apologize. I meant to do this. Apologies. Before you go one step further, Carter, there's something I want to say, because it's on.
Do it before you forget now.
It's on brand for what we're talking about. So yes, real quick, y'all. I will let us get back to Carter here in just a moment. I just want to take this opportunity to remind you, or remind you would imply that I told you before. So right now there is a campaign. There's a campaign in the works, and here I want to share this with you, lovely people. Right here, it's actually for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. They're doing this thing where, in partners with Butterfinger, you can get a special item for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth if you donate to, I believe it is certain charities, or one or another. Point of the matter is that's not the most important point. So I just want to make sure I'm clear on that. The point of the matter here is that, well, yes, that is true. If you donate to, I believe for this one, I believe is Extra Life. And we actually have an Extra Life campaign through my usual connections with Nerd 901 and Extra Life. So if you want to partake of said special item, and you don't have to like donate an exorbitant amount of money or anything like that. So I don't want anyone to think that, oh man, I must have to give up like 100 racks or whatever. No, that's not the case. But if you donate at least $5 before, today's the 2nd. If you donate at least $5 before March 8th, then you get that Shinra bangle. So let me put this up here, and just so you guys can see it, I'm also going to take the Tiltify link and I'm going to place it in the chat for those who care about that sort of thing. This is it right here. This is the website. This is our Extra Life that we're doing for like the entire year, I believe it is. So anyone who, you know what, turn off all notifications. That I do not. That's one thing I've got to get used to. I have to go back and turn off all notifications. But that said, here, let me put this in the. I'm gonna put this in the chat, and here, let me. Let's see here. I want to make sure I put this in here so to get an exclusive item in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There you go. Okay, boom. There you go. If you do that, you go to that. I'm going to. Can I? Oh wait, I'm gonna have to do it in the what's his face. But yeah, point is, if you want to partake of that, then by all means go with God on that one. Okay. Now that I've said all that, Carter, go off, King.
Well, it's really nothing to go off about. First thing I do, well, I want to go off at Brent Fox just for, telling him how much I appreciate him giving us some of that Little Caesars hot and ready with the 5, saying shout out to Ernie, Blerd Cave, and a special salute to Clean Cut Carter.
Oh my
and
God,
get the
this man.
lights up. Code name Snug out. And then we got the hundo from the boy Gillismo.
Oh Lord.
It's my birthday. Happy birthday, partner.
Bro, happy birthday.
Oh shit. Happy birthday, man. He said, Carter, careful. Those NDAs are brutal, which is why I'm not saying shit. Get those likes up. Okay. Off to the beach and getting this birthday done right. Hey,
bruh, yes.
You be careful.
Yeah,
because
please.
just the fact that you said you were off to the beach to get your birthday done right, women are like that gift of Cody Rhodes when he was just doing this shit right here because they can hear everything. Don't get caught out there. Don't act no fool now. Behave yourself.
Hey,
you see another gift of Cody Rhodes like he doing this because somebody said something like 3 cities away real quick and he caught it. She probably heard you type that you finna get your birthday done right. Don't drink nothing you ain't gonna business. She giving you a look, any kind of random look, like she been waiting for you to come home and she already got a plate in front of you. I seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith. If you go to eat your dinner and there's a random mirror and then you see some Drano or some Clorox behind, boy, be careful.
Oh God.
Be careful. Be careful.
Real quick, first off, happy birthday. And that and honestly, just it makes it mean even more now knowing what you did leading up to your birthday. So yeah, not saying anything else beyond that. But no, first off, because you got to catch you got to catch one of these. You got to catch that Final Fantasy. And you also got to catch one of these for your birthday, pimp. So go ahead. You about to eat both of those sound drops.
There you go.
Right
there
there.
you go.
Also, real quick, because I don't want this to get lost in the sauce, because I don't think you can see it.
Okay.
But we also got Bill over on the Twitch. Over on the Twitch side.
I keep forgetting Twitch.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. That's the thing. We got it. I'm going back a little bit to get it, but yes, we got Bill over here subbed over there on the Twitch side. Yeah, look, hey, we appreciate it. Hey, hit us with them Bezos bucks. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh God. But real quick, because I just saw someone say something in the chat when it pertains to Final Fantasy Rebirth and Remake. I did not know. Well, a better way to say it is, I assumed that these Final Fantasy VII remakes were a 1-to-1 remake with the original game. That's why it was so frustrating to me that they're releasing them as full price games separately. It was not until yesterday that someone informed me that this is not completely different, but this ain't what you think it is kind of deal. So
yeah,
I just got put on game. I might look at those maybe. But I also want to shout out to Fabric86 in the chat. He's saying Carter talked about Rodney Barnes' Blacula. I bought the trade. Then Barnes said the hardcover comes out on March 5th. Blacula has gotten on my damn nerves about as much as this playtest I did the past week. Ernie knows because you all know, if you all in the Discord, I've been going to that comic shop frequently. We got Snyder and Capullo's Batman, Volume 1. We got Hickman's Avengers. I went on and got it. I got Deceased. If you saw it in the Discord, I kind of posted it in there. I was going to start reading that. But every time I have walked in the damn shop, that hardcover for Blacula is right there. And every time I have it in my hands and I'm about to go check out, I see something else. I look and I say Blacula out loud and I put it back. And every time I tell this motherfucker over here, I'm surprised you ain't get it. I'm surprised you ain't get it. I'm surprised you ain't get it. So Fabric86, let me know how it is. And off of your recommendation of if it's good or if it's not, I will pick that bad boy up at some point this week, because the premise alone is hilarious to me, of just the fact that the whole point of the book is Blacula is trying to lay hands on Dracula for it's a revenge tale of Blacula trying to spring on Dracula, and it's hilarious to me. So yeah, let me know how the book is.
Oh, well, I will say this much. As far as the rest goes, I think it's time. I think it's time we get in our first topic, Carter. What do you say?
I'm ready, man. I missed last week. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, he ready. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, we're not here. First things first. We're gonna hit LP3 with the $5. So I just wanted to wish Cave happy Saturday and say that if you aren't reading Tom King's Penguin right now, you are missing out. Look, let me tell you something. Tom King right now. I mean, look. You know how they say, like, sometimes you got to get the bad juju out of you. Sometimes you got some bad in you. You got to exercise that bad. Let me tell y'all something. For all y'all motherfuckers that hate on Tom King, y'all hate on his Batman, well, guess what? That motherfucker coming out with both Uzis just spraying everybody. Because between Penguin and his Wonder Woman.
You're reading Wonder Woman. Yes.
Yeah. I'm reading Penguin as well. So this motherfucker, he's coming out with everybody catching it. Everybody catching it. He said, he's like, y'all still talking shit. Okay, yeah.
Your dog. You got your hits and you got your misses, and it seems like Tom King is back right now. Even though I know there's a lot of people who hate what he's doing with Wonder Woman, but though it's a certain group of people. But I absolutely agree. Like that Penguin book is so fire right now, especially the most recent issue with the twist of Penguin is fire right now, dog. Like, I'm so happy I'm reading that book, but it goes back to I really hope that they don't release that book in trades. I really want that as a hardcover, Ernie. I really do.
I would rather have it as a hardcover personally. I like it. I would rather have it as, like, honestly, like, man, yeah, Tom King is folks need to quit playing with Tom King. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all need to quit playing with that motherfucker. That dude is out here. Y'all need to stop playing. I
still need to read that Supergirl. I'm gonna read it before the movie come out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, the Supergirl is lit. I highly recommend it. And honestly, if you haven't read his Mr. Miracle, Mr. Miracle. Yeah. Well, I always get them mixed up because, like, there's Miracle Man and Mr. Miracle, and it's sometimes I would always get them like confused. Like, wait, which one's which? I had to think about it for a second.
Human Target. This current Penguin.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Human Target.
You constantly praise Wonder Woman. A character I had no interest in. I had never read any kind of a story on from Strange Adventures. Like all
his Adam Strange stuff.
Yeah, I had never read anything Adam Strange, so I picked up Strange Adventures because I wanted to try something out new, and I saw that he was writing it. You could take the Batman run. It was different strokes from different folks. I like the City of Bane stuff he did toward the end, and the single issue he did of Batman, where Batman, Selena, Clark, and Lois went to the fair. That was probably one of the best single issues I'd ever read.
Oh, the double date.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that shit was amazing.
That issue was so. That issue was so good. But if you, but just going back to this super chat so we can get into our first story. If you are not reading that Penguin book, I have never steered y'all wrong. I recommended that old Penguin from Greg Herbert's Pain and Prejudice. And some of you all hit me up and was like, yeah, Carter, you weren't lying. That shit was fire. Read this Tom King joint. Go back, read the end of the or the start of Chip Zdarsky's Batman with the failsafe stuff. Get that so you have a note of reference, and then just read this Penguin book.
Yeah. Because basically a lot's happened, and there's a reason why Tom King's Penguin starts off the way it does. Also want to say, I see someone brought up Rough Rider over on the Twitch side brought up Tom King's Vision. Also amazing.
Yes.
Let me say this right now. We've named off a lot of Tom King things that are really good. Let me tell you something. Don't ever let anyone tell you with a straight face that Tom King is a terrible writer. Do not let them do it. They are lying to you.
Yes.
Has he written some things that weren't fantastic?
Right.
Sure. But is he trash? No. Like when people say Tom King's trash, I'm like, dude, y'all are
no.
Current
Zeb Wells,
the highest order.
Current Zeb Wells, trash.
Mm.
Daniel Way, Deadpool, trash.
God damn. But I like the part he did with Secret Invasion.
Seattle KO in the chat is saying that it's still wild to him that Tom King was CIA. And you just reminded me of a book I'm really pissed I did not buy because it was in that fucking bargain bin, Ernie. Sheriff of Babylon.
Oh, shit. I forgot about Sheriff of Babylon.
They had a deluxe edition that had all of it, and I just didn't buy it. I was so mad at myself.
That is someone I would love to talk to, honestly.
Yeah. But just for all of you all that don't know, with Seattle KO bringing up the fact that Tom King was in the CIA, Tom King did an image book called Sheriff of Babylon that was basically a roundabout way of him talking about stuff that happened with him in the CIA. And it was really, really good as well. So,
dude, it's top shelf shit, man. It's top shelf. Like, yeah. That's what I say. Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing people say Tom King's trash. I'm sick of it.
Elite X1 just said another way for you that you would probably say it. You can name off more Tom King bangers and fails.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sir. Yes, you can. I'm just saying. I just always hate when people like say, "Oh man, this writer's trash," but then like if you go back over that person's body of work and you're just like, the math ain't mathin'. But, you know, speaking of the math ain't mathin', yes, this is as good a segue as any we're going to get for this. We got some news. Actually, you know, as a matter of fact, I kind of want to share this with y'all because I got a little something set up. I'm going to have to do this a little jank. But I kind of just want to share this with you because I actually took the time to do this. So
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
That's right. My name is Blerd Without Fear, and I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Oh man. Look. It has been no secret that the beloved franchise, The Crow, it's been going through some stuff. It's been going through some stuff as of late. Now, that said, yes, it's been going through some things. But I know a lot of people's introduction to The Crow may not. Triple Dot 30 was a bad news Blerd. Yep, that's me. That's me. I'm bad news Blerd. Yep, that's me. That's the new name. It sticks. But no, I know a lot of us weren't necessarily just up to speed on The Crow off rip when it was a comic. A lot of us got our introduction to The Crow through the movie. The Crow, starring Brandon Lee, R.I.P. You know, R.I.P. to Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Who was tragically killed on set. It was if I remember correctly, it was a misfire on. I think technically it was a blank, but it was a misfire.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a blank, but it was a misfire.
It was a. Oh, see, I'd always heard that it was supposed to be a blank, but it was a real bullet.
I've heard conflicting tales about it, but I've heard kind of the same. But the long and short of it is, he should not have died on the set of that movie.
No.
And it killed. I shouldn't say it like that, but it ended a life and a career that, it was a bad blank. It. Like, and I think it made it even more dark to me because you can kind of, you can kind of see how it affected a lot of things going forward. And I don't want to bog everything down.
Yeah, let's not.
But yeah, a lot of people have a tendency to forget that not only did this movie come out, but it kind of poisoned the well for the entire franchise. And what I mean by that is not to say that because it was bad. It was because it was that good. Brandon Lee as the Crow was lightning. It was lightning in a bottle. You can't catch that shit twice. It doesn't work. The Crow came out at just the right time. It was just the right movie. It was just the right cast. It was just the right story. And it did so many things correctly. And in terms of comic book adaptations, and yes, I said comic book adaptations. Once again, a lot of people tend to forget that The Crow was originally a comic first by James O'Barr. It was a comic that James O'Barr wrote to it was his coping mechanism to get himself through the grieving process of the death of his girlfriend, I believe at the time his fiance, who was killed by a drunk driver, I believe. It was like just a random, just boom, done. And he had difficulty dealing with it. So that's kind of where The Crow comes from. It's actually also why, if you ever read the Crow comic, why it ends with T-Bird and not Top Dollar. Top Dollar in the comic is not the main bad guy. He's just a random drug dealer in the comic. In the comic, in the movie, in the comic, the main dude is T-Bird, the guy who had the car. And that's why that goes. That's why that goes the way it does. And then we kind of moved on to various others. I saw someone mention in the chat the Mark Dacascos adaptation, the TV series, which was Crow Stairway to Heaven, which, I mean, not a terrible show. It was, I think the thing about that show was it was too well lit for me in a lot of spots. I was like, this is, like, you could tell it was a TV show. It was a TV show in everything that it was. They even made a second movie. I forget the name of the gentleman who played the Crow in that movie, but it was called The Crow City of Angels, which I didn't like at first. I still don't really like it very much, but as time has passed, the other sequels have been so bad, it has made me appreciate this one just a little bit more. Also, this movie has the sad distinction of being one of actress Thuy Trang's last roles. Some of you may remember Thuy Trang as the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. She was in that Crow movie, oddly enough. She was in that movie, oddly enough, and actually not bad in the role. I was actually quite sad, about that. But she was in a fatal car accident shortly after. But then we also, oh man, it only gets worse from here. There was also Crow. This was called. Oh my god. Man, I forget the subtitle for this one.
I think they would much rather look at us than whatever the hell this dude is trying to mimic.
Yeah, exactly my thoughts. Yeah, it was Crow something. And then we also had the Crow Wicked Prayer with Edward Furlong doing his best Edward Scissorhands impersonation. Yeah.
What our great Blerd Without Fear is trying to get you all to understand. He's just really taking you all through it, just so you all can see. Basically, from the original, it just went further and further down the toilet.
Yes, it did. And here's the thing: we got a taste. We got a taste of the new Crow with Bill Skarsgård attached to the role.
To you black folks out there, that's it.
Yeah, Pennywise. Pennywise.
No.
Just it.
That's it.
or as my mom calls him, the Weird Eye Boy. Well, no, because like he had so in it. He was making his eyes crossed. Like Pennywise's eyes will always look like they were crossed.
It's funny because I know for a fact your mom meant no disrespect when she said it, but just being that old Southern black woman, I guarantee you if she was to see him, Mom, that's Pennywise from It, the movie. Probably as loud. Oh, that's a little weird-eyed boy.
Yep. Yup. That's the one. That's
why that's
yeah.
Wow.
It's not because like I know somebody brought up like lazy, but no, like he like his eyes are perfectly normal. Let me just put that out there. But he has this ability to make his eyes go all kinds of crazy directions at will. Like if you go back and watch the It movie, whenever you see him as Pennywise and his eyes look like they're looking in different directions, that's not CG or special effects. That's him doing that. So shout out to him for taking a.
I cannot stand our live studio audience. He got the eyes like Notorious B.I.G.
Bruh, stop.
Hurtful.
It was all a dream.
One eye is looking at us. One eye is looking at Comic Pop on the monitor behind him. The other eye is also looking at Rob, but Rob is on his phone, so he's looking at 3 different comic book motherfuckers at the same time. It is horrifying.
Oh my god! Actually, you know what's funny? Zeke Morningstar, you said something that actually kind of reminds me of so for those who don't know, I want to make sure I want to apologize real quick. I know that I didn't put out my last Black History Month video.
Mm-hmm.
And full disclosure, it's for it's a video that's going to celebrate the character Shard. But it's funny that you said that. He's a mutant. It's funny because one of the comics I read to research Shard was the issue of X Factor, where oddly enough, something similar happens where there's a dude who can do something weird with his wrist. Like he's double jointed.
I know what you're talking about.
And the dude's all like, see, I'm a mutant. And Shard just looks at him and says, she just laughs in his face as like, no, you're not. You're just double jointed. Because like all these kids were picking on him because he was a mutant because he could double joint his arm. It's just like, that's not being a mutant, honey.
Okay, so first of all, Deus Ex Macchiato, I love the name. One eye on the mirror and one eye on the streets. That's
hey, actually, you know what? That's actually kind of gangster. I like that.
I'm gonna need y'all to put some more respect on that actor, because I know for a fact that someone who is a huge fan of It is watching this right now and they feel disrespected.
Well, no, here's the thing. No hate on him. I mean, it's just funny. It's just funny.
We just said that boy's eyes are looking in Memphis and Mississippi at the same damn time. There is nothing but disrespect that we have given this
He
boy.
looking at Arkansas and Mississippi at the same time. That man got one eye on West Memphis and another on Olive Branch. Quit. Anyway, we got before we move on any further, we got a super chat here from Damaris Love with the $4.99. Says, did you know Pennywise and Mary Poppin are the same species? One feeds on fear, the other joy. Hey, you know what's kind of funny when you look at it that way? Maybe that's what Stephen King should have had instead of that damn turtle. Anyway, but getting back to it, I want to get back to it. So we got the news, and boy, was it news. We got the news, a first look, y'all, at Bill Skarsgård as the Crow. Now, I just want to put this out here, because I want y'all to see us. I want y'all to see what we're talking about. I want you to see us as we talk about this, because I have some words. Carter, why have they been keeping it a secret that they recast Jared Leto as the Joker from Suicide Squad?
So here's the thing. The fact that everybody all collectively said that, I refuse to use that joke because it's too in your face and right there.
Well, no. Even David Ayer, he commented on it. Well, he didn't really say anything, but when he saw it, when he saw the image, David Ayer tweeted it. He was just like,
of course he gonna say that. Maybe I can piggyback off of Pennywise looking like my iteration of the Joker, and maybe I can get the Ayer cut of that movie everybody was begging for 1 minute, but don't give a shit about no more because who cares about Will Smith and all them other people and Captain Boomerang dead and Harley doing her own thing. She's probably gonna have another franchise where they ruin Cassandra again as Batgirl. Maybe they're gonna put Stephanie Brown this. Maybe I can get. Don't let me go off on tangents. That was just for me to say. Don't nobody care about no goddamn David Ayer. Stop it.
Oh, wait. Oh, I see that. So here's the other kind of. I want to pull this up because I want y'all to see this. Why?
Get the nipplage off the screen right now.
Why? Look, why?
Please.
Why? I know. I'm asking for a friend. I got to know why. Look. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against a remake of The Crow. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there have been good Crow remakes and that this stands no chance of even being better than any of those sequels. But here's the thing. And the thing I think I need y'all to understand. Why someone, and here I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this. I want to make sure I'm as clear as humanly possible. How someone saw this and thought, yeah, this it right here.
Maybe when he dies, he gets the long hair.
He already dead in this shot, pimp.
We don't know that though. We don't know that. Maybe he looks like early Hot Topic because this is before he caught the bullets real quick. This is before the rain hit him. Then all the hair draped. I'm trying to give Pennywise as much rope as I can.
Ooh, nah.
But then you showed the nipplage, which I've never seen. I never noticed that. I was wondering what the eye on the chest meant. I was wondering what the other tattoos meant, and then you just went toward. I was more like, he don't look like Leto's Joker. That's just low hanging fruit. He looked like a fucking juggalo is what he looked like. Which
well, I mean,
better,
that's what Jared Leto looked like. He looked like, because that was the thing. People said, "Oh, this juggalo Joker," and that's what it is. That is what it is.
Juggalo Joker is nasty work. Don't ever say
that is juggalo. Look at that shit. It's the same. Look, wait, hold on. I want to do the. I want to do the here. Wait. Here.
Okay.
It's
See,
the same.
now that I'm looking.
Nah, this like this.
Let you do it.
This like The Office. This the same picture.
No, it is not. That picture on the left is Asking Alexandria. The picture on the right, that's just Demon Hunter, is what that is.
Oh,
that's Suicide Silence. That's what that is.
This man.
That's what it is.
Well, also the fact that you pulled Demon Hunter out of your ass, I was just like, oh, okay. God,
you had to drink some water on that one.
Yeah, look, I was sitting here, I was like, Demon Hunter. Don't nobody talk about Demon Hunter like that. God damn.
That was Coheed and Cambria on the left. This Ghost on the right. Oh, this is.
Wait. Look, it's a difference between it's a difference between 30 Seconds to Mars and Motionless in White.
Okay, you can stop it.
God damn. I'm just saying. Now, here's the other thing here. So we know what he looks like before he dies as well, because we have seen seen images. We've seen images of him, because I don't know if you know this, but the woman who's playing Shelly in this is FKS Twigs. Is that how you say her name? Like, is that
Ficka Twigs?
Oh, that's how you say that?
That's how I've always said it. I don't know how you say it.
Man, I'm just gonna call that heifer Twigs.
I think it's Ficka Twigs. I think. Are we showing our age right now?
Man, look, get the fuck out of here with that shit. But no, this right here, I don't know why it's not doing the full screen like
I remember seeing this picture and thought that was Machine Gun Kelly. Oh shit, I didn't know that was from The Crow.
That was from The Crow. Yeah. Shia LaBeouf's ex. Yeah, her. Yeah, so she's gonna be playing Shelly in this. I will say this. Here's the thing I'm gonna say. So, one thing that has been talked about this movie is that it is going to do something no other Crow movie has done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately have concerns.
What does that mean?
He said it's not Josh Hartnett. You ain't shit. No, this movie is going to put more focus on Eric and Shelly's relationship prior to her death. So what that means is, and for those that don't know what I'm talking about when I say this, so in the first movie, and really in all the other movies to begin with, you don't really get to know the people who died. Like whoever the person, like, okay, so let me, because I'm not going to assume everybody knows what the fuck the Crow is. So we're just, let's talk about it. Okay. So when you watch The Crow, actually even better, when you read The Crow, it's kind of the same too. There's not really a lot of time that's spent with Shelly prior to her death. Like, any character development you get for the loved ones that the Crow has lost, it's typically done in flashbacks. You probably get a little taste of them at the beginning, but then everything after that, because they typically die at the beginning, they spend more time giving you a taste of who they were via flashback.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie promises to not do that. The reason why I have concerns is not because I don't want to see that, but I feel like whoever it is doing this may have missed the point. So what I mean by that is the reason why you connect with something sometimes is because less is often more. It's kind of like how with horror movies, a horror movie monster is often more terrifying the less you know about them. Sometimes it can be that way with making someone endearing. Sometimes if you show a motherfucker too much, you run the risk of them becoming annoying or unlikable, like case in point. My fear is that they're going to show just enough of Shelley and Eric's relationship prior, to their deaths. What if you make her unlikable? Like, what if you maybe make her annoying in some way? Like, it's like, all right, go on, get out of here. Or like, kind of like how I feel about Godzilla movies. Get them humans out my way so I can get back to the monsters. It's kind of one of those things. No one's going to a Crow movie to see Shelley. Let's just be honest here. No one's going to like it's. I don't mean to sound like those Spider-Man haters with MJ. When MJ comes out with the MJ mission, she got the blickies like, I paid to play as Spider-Man. I didn't pay to play as MJ. It's kind of that mentality, but for a completely different reason. It's Shelley's not the character. I mean, yes, it's better if like we get a little bit more of her to like get to know her, so that we can feel a little bit more for her. But the way the creative team on this talked about it, it made it seem like that was going to be more of the focus than the actual like revenge story, which is what The Crow is.
So it's making me want to ask you, if this is what they're going to focus on, then how long is this movie going to be?
I have no idea.
Somebody in the chat, Zombie Mitch, he was saying it's a 2-hour movie, and we'll see The Crow for 15 minutes. Calling it now because that's what it's sounding like from how you're describing it.
Yeah,
it's just if they're gonna go the relationship route, maybe like the last 45 minutes, like we get like an hour and a half almost. Of seeing Machine Gun
what it
Kelly
sounds like?
Yeah.
You know what it sounds like? You remember when Todd McFarlane was talking up that Spawn movie that I'm just going to say right now is never going to happen.
That's why I started laughing when you said the less we see of someone, it makes them more figure. That's what I was going to say, and I caught myself because I want you to get the shit off. But
But that's what they're talking about. That's what it sounds like. What they're talking about doing is making the Crow somebody who you don't see as much of. You see him, but like you don't see him doing the stuff you very likely are going to pay to get into the theater to go see him do. You're going to end up seeing more of this, which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not angry or not even really angry. I'm not even annoyed, really. My concern is just that I feel like it, what it reminds me of? Like kind of like when we talked about Cowboy Bebop on Nerds of Culture not too long ago. And I said that I feel like Cowboy Bebop, I feel like the people who made it watched 1 or 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop and then made a TV show. That's how I feel about this. I feel like somebody skimmed a couple of pages of the comic, maybe watched the movie a long time ago, but hasn't watched it since, and said, you know what? This what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
This what I'm gonna do.
I actually want to check somebody in the chat real quick. I gotta check Banky. I gotta check Banky. He said this ain't nothing but a Twilight version of The Crow. Let me go ahead and stop you right now, because as just a group of individuals, we have to cut out all this like this ain't nothing but a Twilight. We got to stop that shit, because I don't think your mind fully realizes that if these films could be a Twilight of whatever, they would be completely fine with it. Reason being, I think you all tend to forget how much of a grip that Twilight had on an entire group of people, how much money that Twilight made. So I think you all got to stop that, because if the Crow could be the next Twilight, they would be cool with you not liking it, knowing the millions that they are going to bring in. Why are you having heart infarctions? What do you find?
Oh God, I just realized who this guy is.
What guy?
Oh God.
What guy?
Oh God. Oh, this movie's gonna be some hot trash. Oh, this movie's gonna be some hot trash, Carter. Oh, it's gonna be some hot. Ooh, it's gonna be some hot booty trash. Oh my.
If you don't tell me what you found, what happened?
Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The director.
Mm-hmm.
The director of the Crow remake. I had to fact check this because I saw someone in the chat say it.
Okay.
And I have now confirmed it.
Mm-hmm.
I've looked into it. I've done the research. I've confirmed it to be true. It is one Rupert Sanders.
Never heard of him.
That's probably for the best, Carter, because this man is responsible for the Ghost in the Shell live action movie. Lord have mercy.
And you think
this movie's in trouble? Wait, what's that?
Him doing it. And you think the film is going to be bad? Scarlett Johansson was one of the coldest Caucasian Asians I've ever seen in a film.
She literally put the Asian in Caucasian. Oh God damn. Yeah, throw it. Yeah, this movie is it's done. It's done. Get it out of here. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. Turns out it won't be the Twilight version of Crow. It's gonna be the Ghost in the Shell version of Crow. But no, I now have no hope for this. I have no hope for this movie. Like I had the faintest glimmer. I was like, maybe it might surprise us. Maybe it might surprise us. Yeah, we might fuck around and find out on this one.
So,
but nope.
I will say, just to give them something, the Elite X1 said that they also did Snow White and the Huntsman. I did not see the sequel, but I did enjoy Snow White and the Huntsman. It was different.
I tell you what. You know what? I will concede. I will give you Snow White and the Huntsman because I did actually like that. But here's something I want to point out. That movie came out over 10 years ago.
What did?
Snow White and the Huntsman came out in 2012.
Fuck, we're old.
Yeah. Ghost in the Shell came out in 2017. That's his more recent body of work. And what is this? The most recent thing I think he has done since then was that Apple TV show Foundation. Apple TV's Foundation. He did one episode of Foundation, and I'm not gonna count this Apple iPhone XR thing because that's not cinema.
You say he only did one episode of the Foundation? Because I see somebody say, "Ooh, he did Foundation." Wait, he only did one episode?
One episode.
So don't get too goddamn excited.
Yeah, he did. Wait. And it was the first. He did the first episode of Foundation. That's it.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that might be a good thing. Maybe Foundation season 1, episode 1 was pretty goddamn good. I don't know. I haven't watched Foundation. But The Crow, man, this ain't looking good. This ain't looking good, y'all. This ain't looking good. It ain't looking good, okay? Okay? Not looking good. Not looking good at all. I'm not excited.
Okay, let's do this. This is how I'm gonna start gauging shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Blerd Without Fear. When this film comes out in theaters, do you plan on us reviewing it? That took you too goddamn long. He really don't like this movie.
Yeah, here's what's gonna happen. This movie comes out when? Let's see. It does not have a date yet. Mm-hmm. Not a hard date. It comes out this year though, because it's in post-production right now. Mm-hmm. But
it's a comic book movie.
It's a comic book show. You know what? We'll review it, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, If it turns into Madam Web 2.0, if it turns into Madam Web 2.0, then
that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I feel like, okay, you gave me Madam Web. You ain't gonna give me another. No, you gonna see this.
You gonna see the Crow. You gonna see this foolishness with me, okay? God damn it, you go see this foolishness.
And you know what's crazy? When it pertains to the Crow, I have only seen that movie once.
The original.
The original. I saw it in theaters when it came out. And I think my uncle or my mom or something to that effect, they rented it from Blockbuster, and I ended up nodding off and going to sleep, so I didn't get to watch it again. But the only other anything I have seen of The Crow was the one with Kirsten Dunst in it.
That was the one I showed you with Eric Mabius.
Okay.
That was that was this one.
Okay.
That's Kirsten Dunst in the back.
Okay, and the only thing I remember from it is like I think her mouth was like barbed, like sewed closed.
It got sewn shut.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember about that movie. That.
I remember it being very edgelord because, like, I don't know if you can really tell from here, but in this shot, it's easier to see.
Yuck.
So this guy was okay. So here's the thing: the first movie and the second movie are the only one that really share a connection, I think. The third and fourth movie are completely unconnected and disjointed by every stretch.
Oh shit. Well, no, we can get away with not reviewing that one. That's not a comic book movie.
Which one?
Some Rolling Dodge in the chat is saying, "Hey Blerd, review the Borderlands movie too. It's going to be directed by Eli Roth."
I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, I was going to watch it anyway, so.
Yeah.
But I already kind of know what that movie's going to be. It's basically going to be like Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
Jumanji, but, not. But no, right. So The Crow, this is what I remember about this one. In this one, he gets the makeup because it's not makeup. It's because he was on death row. And they put him in the electric chair and electrocuted him, and that's why he has the dark circles around his eyes and the burns, and they burn the lines of the Crow paint into his face. I was like, that is the dumbest, most edgelord thing I've ever seen in my life. But here's another thing I want to talk about real quick too, and then we're gonna move on. So do you remember the young girl, Rochelle Davis, who played Sarah?
Only because you sent me the story. I can't remember that far back.
Okay, so she
forgot old boy from Ghostbusters was in it.
Yeah.
Till I saw a picture again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Ernie Hudson. That movie had a murderer's row of good actors. Because Michael Wincott was in that motherfucker as top dollar, and he was fucking killing it. In that. I fucking love it. But yeah, Rochelle Davis, who is now a good and grown ass woman. Mm-hmm. This is her today. She said no.
What?
When she gave her opinion on this Crow remake, and she said, nah, pimp. She said, nah, y'all get that. She said, y'all get that up out of here. Though I will say she's coming at it from a very different angle than I probably would have. Basically, and I want to make sure that I'm very clear with this. She's not saying that anyone in the movie is bad. She's not saying that Bill Skarsgård is a bad actor. She's not saying that I don't want to say his girl's name. Ficca Twitter.
Yeah. She's not saying the movie will be terrible.
She's not. Well, it's not even. Well, she's just saying she doesn't. She's more commenting on the way that Bill Skarsgård looks.
Yeah.
Like basically what she said was her her reaction to it was basically yuck. But she does go on to say that, she thinks that, he looks dingy, dirty, and grungy, which I will definitely say here. Let me be clear about something. I think she might be a little too close to this. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Brandon Lee did show up looking like he just rolled up out of bed. And by bed, I mean rolled up out of the dumpster. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that motherfucker didn't look dingy. I mean, here's the thing.
For the time.
And that's kind of a thing. I mean, yeah, when we see the Crow, like, yeah, it's real easy for us to look at the Crow like, oh man, dude, look how cool he looks. Oh man, dude looks like a look at me, looks like a badass. But the thing we're not really paying attention to, this dude got duct tape and shit wrapped all around his shit. He got electrical tape wrapped all around him. Motherfucker got, of course he got bullet holes in him because he's been getting shot. But I mean, if the movie wasn't so dark and grimy looking, you probably would notice he looks homeless. He looks unhoused. And that's because technically he is. But I feel like, in that regard, in that criticism, I would say, I think maybe she's looking at the wrong thing. Now, if you want to say that this motherfucker just looks creepy and does not look like a hero, I would say, sure, the Crow doesn't really look like a hero either. But, I mean, our definition of hero has changed over the years. And what we think of as a traditional looking superhero has changed over the years as well. But, I mean, all of the Crows look dirty and dingy. In a lot of ways, kind of grungy. So, with that criticism, I would say, yes, okay. That part of it, I disagree with her emphatically on that part of it. I do agree that it does not look good, though.
Okay. Now, with her, does it not look good to her because of what you're describing, because she's way too close to it? Or does it not look good to her because she came up to him and was like, hey, I saw you all were doing a Crow movie. I think it would really be neat if you do like some kind of like passing of the torch, because I was in the original film, or like an Easter egg, and they were like, nah, we good. And then she was just like, you know what? Fuck this movie.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think what it actually has more to do with is, so here's something a lot of people probably don't know about the Crow movie. And it's that Rochelle Davis became really good friends with Brandon Lee on the set of The Crow. Like, she actually, like, matter of fact, when he died, she was traumatized by it.
Of course.
Like, heavily traumatized. And this is a story I think she's actually told before, but she was even made to go on the set after everything had happened to shoot a scene with his double. And, she's talked about how, like, after that happened, she actually stopped acting.
Yeah, I can see.
She got like she's only recently returned to acting in the last like several years. Matter of fact, and I can't 100% confirm this, so I don't want to say this and speak out of turn or anything. But do you remember the actor who played Fun Boy on The Crow?
No.
Okay, so the actor who played him, Michael Massey, I don't know if it ever came out like who was the one who was holding the gun, but I remember there was a time where I'm just pulling him up so you can kind of see who he is. But that's Michael Massey on the left as a Fun Boy.
Okay.
He quit acting for a while after The Crow. He started taking less and less and less roles. And if you go back and watch The Crow, I'm almost positive you can probably see maybe where it actually happens, like kind of in and around the scene that it happens. But But no, I feel like, yeah, there were a lot of people who were, visibly traumatized by the death of Brandon Lee on the set of that movie. She was one of them. And that's actually where her problem
That's what I was gonna say.
comes into play.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't even feel like, you and I can have a conversation about how he looks and finding out who's behind the camera and stuff like that. But like this portion, there's no disrespect, but I don't feel like this is a story. And the reason I say that is just because, of course, she's going to see that and think, yuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she was next to the guy and had to deal with that traumatic experience. And now you see it being, and she's had to see, quote unquote, the guy several times in horrible movie after horrible movie after TV show after horrible. So she's constantly had this in her face. So seeing this, of course, this woman gonna think this shit look bad.
Well, yeah. Well, and it's not even just that. She said some other stuff too in talking about it, because she said that she actually praised the casting of Twigs, Ficka Twig, whatever her name is. She actually praised that because she said she thought it was a good opportunity to, maybe cast outside of the box and, add some diversity.
Put somebody on.
And she said the same thing about the, Bill Skarsgård. Well, the opposite about Bill Skarsgård. She said that, she said that she wishes there was more diversity in the cast, and that she says anyone other than a straight white male would be a better fit for replacing Brandon's character. And she thinks the producer should have cast someone who at least resembles Brandon out of respect. Now, that part I'm kind of like, you probably ain't gonna get that. But I get the energy. I get the energy of it. I don't 100% agree with everything she's saying, but like, I'm not against it, because a lot of people forget Brandon Lee ain't, well, I mean, he's partially white, but like a lot of people forget he's not 100% white. His dad was Bruce Lee. So, it just, so I get it. I totally get where she's coming from on it. I personally don't have a problem with them casting Bill Skarsgård, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they haven't cast a bunch of white dudes to play the Crow since then. I think other than Mark Dacascos and, once again, I'm blanking on the brother's name, who played the Crow in Crow City of Angels, Vincent Perez. That was his name, Vincent Perez. Other than those two, all the rest of them have been white. So, and I mean white with Anyway, moving on along. This one's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter take, because honestly, I don't really see why people are upset. Carter, did you see the new Superman logo?
Yeah.
So
I've also seen photos that have leaked out of that brother in the whole suit. I'm just not calling him his name because you are a sick man every time you say it.
What? So what do you mean? What do you mean? What?
But have you seen those shots?
What do you mean about Brian Cornsweet?
Have you seen those images? Or you know what? Take that back. Are they real or are they fake? Because you know how easy motherfuckers can make some fake shots. But I feel like I've seen photos of him full suit, same emblem.
I'm sure there have probably been some people who made them, and because it depends. I personally haven't seen a full shot of him in the suit, but that doesn't mean one didn't leak. The only thing I have personally seen is what James Gunn shared, this right here. Gotcha. This image, which had a lot of people in their feelings for some reason. I'm not incredibly sure why. And here, let me do this so it actually reflects what we're talking about. But yeah, I don't know why people were freaking out about this. I mean, when I say freaking out, I mean like negatively freaking out more specifically, but I saw people positively freak out about it. That part was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I personally, I got no beef with this Superman logo. Looks fine to me. I think some people were upset that it doesn't have the red outline that they're used to the Superman logo having, which, to be fair, it does. It's just that it also has a yellow one as well. But Carter, did you notice anything about the logo? Did you notice anything interesting about it?
So here's what's funny. Mikhail Janine, I think is the name of the artist. They had recently retweeted someone's images of their art, and it was of Superman, saying these are my favorite two costume designs. One of them was the New 52 Superman. Another one was from Superman and the Authority. And Superman and the Authority Superman, that emblem, if you just change the yellow to black and red, like the Kingdom Come, yes, that's what the Authority S was. So yeah, that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, this is all this is. This is literally just Kingdom Come Superman symbol, but instead of black, they switched the black out for yellow. That's it. That's it. Personally, I have no problem with this. I actually am. I am more than okay with this. This Superman symbol is largely inoffensive to me. I saw a lot of people freaking out about it. There were people like, "Oh, this looks stupid. Oh, why's it got to be with the yellow? Why can't it be with the black? Why is it got the yellow outline?"
No, people got on me when I retweeted that art recently, and I said, "Get them red tights out of here." Folks lost their fucking minds.
It's like, bruh.
So
come on, y'all.
You know what? It's crazy because seeing the emblem, seeing the Superman logo is cool. I'm just more interested in the film. I want to watch this movie because I want to see if you take away the rated R-ness of James Gunn, if he could pull off a Superman film. That's what I'm excited to see.
Well, yeah,
that's all I want.
Yeah. Because, I mean, technically, he's already done it once, but as a horror movie with Brightburn. So I'm curious to see. And to be fair, I feel like he gets it because even in Brightburn, they did. James Gunn did a very good job of showing the family element of it. Obviously before the kid lost his whole goddamn mind. But yeah, the whole relationship between the kid and the parents, I thought that was cool. Which I think made Brightburn even more heartbreaking when the kids started coming after them. So I mean, yeah, if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be James Gunn. Also, another thing of note with this is Superman Legacy is no longer called Superman Legacy.
What's it called?
Just Superman. So they're taking you know what probably happened? The script probably went through some rewrites in the planning phases, and I think they're already in the shooting phases of everything. And it's probably something. The script probably evolved to the point they're like, yeah, the legacy thing doesn't make sense. Because honestly, I thought the same thing when they said when they first announced it, said, "Oh, this is going to be Superman Legacy." I was like, Legacy.
I was gonna say, what if they just call it Legacy? What if it gets another name change, like that what Coven of Chaos Madness, whatever the hell?
Oh yeah, Agatha Harkness, Coven of Chaos, House of Harkness, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. What if it gets another one and it just called it Legacy, and now everybody finna be looking for Superman to RKO somebody one good time, something.
Right?
I just want to see if James Gunn can actually pull a really solid slice of life Superman movie out of his ass. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's all I want. And honestly, and here's the thing: can we do away with evil Superman? I'm over evil Superman at this point. I don't want to see evil Superman anywhere near this. Like, I don't want it to be like one of those where it's like, oh yeah, okay, so at the end of the movie, he's gonna turn evil. Don't do it. I don't think you have to worry about that. Well, I mean, it just you know how people are, though. You know how people are. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Say what you will about Joss Whedon's cut of Justice League. When I went to go see it in theaters, despite the fact that the lip was that lip hurt my feelings. That upper lip hurt my feelings a lot. I will say one of my favorite scenes, one of my favorite Superman anythings in that movie is the part where they're fighting Steppenwolf and Superman shows up. He's like, He's like, I'm a big fan of Justice. I was like, finally, Henry Cavill is playing the character that he was contracted to play several years ago. I was like, finally.
Henry Cavill was playing the Superman from the animated series in Justice League. Just from, I'm a big fan of Justice, them playing the music, Steppenwolf go to swing on him, and he just gracefully moves out of the way with a smirk on his face. Hey,
bruh,
is this guy still bothering you? And just catch him real quick.
Dude, I mean, say what you will.
Totally the cartoon Superman.
Oh, yeah. Like that was my Superman, though. I was like, dude, that is my Superman right there. Yes. Finally, we are getting like that right there. That right there. I was like, that's Superman. Not that, I'm going to hover over the earth and I'm going to look down and I'm going to look grim. Yeah, that's right. I'm angry. Like, get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Like, no.
You know what? It took me, because I see Left Face in the chat saying that evil Superman lets me know that Superman is boring. Making him evil is the only way to make him interesting, which lets me know your ass just don't read good Superman stories.
Yeah.
Ernie has one in his hand.
Right here.
I have one right here on my shelf with the War World saga.
Right here.
The Tomasi Superman stuff, the Philip Kennedy Johnson stuff, those are like the real good guy Superman stories, and those are the ones that, now I will absolutely say, good Superman stories are, you really gotta, they're few and far between to me.
Yes. Oh no, I 100% agree.
But like when you find those, even though they are few and far between, you will see why people are fans of that character, just from the book that Ernie just had in his hand to the one I don't want to have to pull off this shelf. But
no, please don't.
Yeah,
Please
that whole shelf will come down.
Oh, that whole shelf is toast. Yeah,
dude, it's just you really have to, and that comes into, it's bad that Robo, you would have to do that. You would have to actually skim and dig deep and look for those, because again, they're so few and far between. But
yeah,
when you find them, man, they
hit. Dude, they hit.
Good.
Yeah, but I see people. I see people were bringing up Super Sons. Bam. Right there. Look right there. Wait, where is it at? Right here. That Peter Tomasi. That Peter Tomasi right there.
I'll tell you what's fire about me reading Deceased.
Mm-hmm.
Deceased is basically a Super Sons book that Tom Taylor's writing.
It is actually.
John never gets snatched and ages up so that Damien is still young, with they both aging at the same time. So it's literally a Super Son. That book is, DC was fucking good, man.
Oh yeah, no, I actually remember, because like I was actually sad that that John got aged up so fast, but I actually appreciated that Tom Taylor recently in his Adventures of Superman John Kent, they actually made a nod towards the deceased John Kent. There's a part where they were like, "Oh, we need they made a case as to why they needed him specifically, and it was because he was aged up, and they said the only other John Kent we could find, well, he was in Deceased." They were talking about him, and I was like, dude, that was really cool. I thought that was
two things, and I want to shout out to the chat for one of these, because this is a good recommendation for Robo. Robo, go to CW show the Superman.
Oh, your mic.
All right. So Robo, this is what I need you to do. Robo, I need you to go to CW somehow, or go to Hulu, look at the Superman and Lois show. Now, I have to preface that by saying, I need you to ignore the children.
Yeah.
I need you to ignore Lois. Ignore the half of the show, the guy name in it. But if you pay attention to the Superman stuff, It's really, really good. And I
Yeah.
also see someone in chat saying that Scott Snyder ruined Superman's image. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Because
Yeah.
that image was already bad to begin with. And anytime people
Yeah.
brought up Superman in any kind of comic media, in any comic media, movie media whatsoever, it was either going to be Christopher Reeve or they were bringing up fucking Superman Red Sun. Stop it. It was not Scott Snyder.
No,
Stop
100%. 100%.
Stop it.
Oh,
Coming from a motherfucker where Man of Steel put him coming from somebody where Man of Steel put him to sleep, it wasn't Scott Snyder, big dog. That was already tainted when he got there.
That's 100%. Real quick, I do want to give shout out to Gail Simone because he actually hit us with a 1999 super chat, and I can't show it right now because it's a little bit further back, but it says just wanted to hear it. Get those likes up. Which, by the way, I do want to point out, we have 276 people here. We got 159 likes. The math ain't mathing. Come on, hook your boy up, okay? Hook yo boy up. All right, please and thank you. That's all I'm asking. Please,
yes.
Please,
no,
thank
I
you.
meant Zack Snyder. I see the Batman hardcover right here, and I started thinking about Scott Snyder. I meant Zack Snyder. It ain't Scott. It's Zack Snyder. Like Man of Steel, BVS, the Snyder cut that did not ruin Superman. Cut that out.
Also, because these are some other ones that kind of came up earlier that I missed. We got a $9.99 from Legion says, I want to know something. What was my plan in taking out Magneto? What was Magneto thinking if his plan actually went through? Are we talking about Judgment Day? Or are we talking about something else? I have no memory of this plan. We also got Deus Ex Macchiato says, as an old man who saw The Crow when it premiered, I think Bill will kill that role. I don't think he's gonna be bad. I just think he looks like trash. He looks bad. I think he himself will be fine. And who knows? He might actually win a lot of people over with his performance. Like, I remember. Look, okay. I know a lot of people probably don't remember this. And this is why I'm willing to go into this with a very open mind, okay? This is why I'm willing to go into this with a very, very, very open mind. You see, I remember when the Joker was first shown off to audiences. I remember, and I also remember how the internet responded to it. I remember this was the first image we ever saw of Heath Ledger's Joker. And I remember, folks was cooking his shit. Folks was cooking his shit.
You and several other people will always pull this argument out just because of how bad everybody looked when they clowned Heath Ledger and then the movie came out. That you all don't understand how you can never pull any kind of anything out when it comes to looks and things like that, because this argument right here will always be brought up. And the argument, and you can't even say, well, it's because he passed. Nope. It was well before that movie had been out and he was still doing press and the whole nine. So no. Like, oh, y'all can't argue that. You can't argue that.
Oh no. Here's the thing. You can't argue it because the thing is, I openly cop to this. I was one of those people. I was like, this looks like trash. And then when I heard his voice for the first time as the Joker, I was like, oh, this is different. Because I remember they did some teaser. They did some weird teaser that got released before the actual trailer where you could hear him talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, he sounds kind of weird. So I thought they'd put some weird effect on his voice. I don't know how I feel about that. And then when I finally saw, and this is why I always say sometimes set photos and even the ones that they send out to press releases don't always tell the whole story. When when I saw the first trailer for where he was in it, for the Dark Knight, I was like, oh, this is gonna be cold. And so yeah, I like, once again, I know that it looks bad. And by bad, what I'm talking about is you Bill Skarsgård's Crow. It doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But his performance could be so good that it actually makes how he looks more interesting. Like more appealing to the eye in some way. Like, because I'm going to be honest with you. This, with Heath Ledger, changed. Like, this was like, so like, by the time that we got to like X-Men Origins Wolverine, because I remember I said the same thing about Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth. I was like, man, this dude looks whack as hell. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, damn, he the only good thing in it. He the only good thing. I was like, that's Sabretooth right there. I was like, this is Victor Creed. This Creed right here. I was like, God damn. And then Ben Affleck as Batman. I remember everybody did the same thing with Batman. They clowned Ben Affleck. And then BVS comes out. Movie is some hot trash. However, Ben Affleck was the best part of it. Everyone praised his fucking Batman.
Yeah, I love that Batman.
So I'm willing to give it up. I am willing. Like, if I go see when The Crow comes out, and like I said, I'm gonna go see it and we'll talk about it on the show. That I promise you. If I go see that movie and it's good, or even if it's bad, and he's at least good in it, I'll say it. Y'all know me. I'm not shy. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I know some people like to think that I think I'm always right. I do not. When I'm wrong, I say it. So I've come on here plenty of times and said, I was wrong. Heck, y'all will see it in the interview that I do with Declan Shalvey, which is in the editing I'm almost done editing it. It'll be up sometime next week. But there's a part where Declan calls me out. And rightfully so. Because when I'm talking about how I feel about the book, he was like, but you were skeptical. He said, you were skeptical. And I was like, you are correct.
Still hurt I missed that. I would have fangirled out meeting Declan.
Well, and I see, well, no, the thing is, they clowned Michael Keaton too. But
yes,
I remember when Ben Affleck got cast, the entire internet was on fire. I remember because I think the news came out in the middle of the night. And when it did, like, I'm talking about everyone I knew. Everyone I fucking knew was hitting me up like, dude, what do you think about this, bro? Because at the time, I was a way bigger Batman fan than I am today. But, like, everyone was like, bro, you see this? Bruh. Oh, my God.
He can't act. He's only known because Matt Damon and Kevin Smith. He sucks. He's never done anything good. Or they bring up fucking Geely, even though I can name off several movies Ben Affleck that I really enjoyed. And then the movie comes out. And then what was funny about BVS is they still were not giving Ben Affleck his props. What did they give props to? The fight scene in BVS, because it looked like the Arkham games. It wasn't until like Justice League came out.
Yeah.
And then the Snyder cut came out to where people actually gave him his props. And even then, it was a backhanded compliment because they talked about how he couldn't fit in the suit in the Snyder cut because of the fucking reshoots and he had lost all that weight. So it's just like, bro, you can't please people. You can't please people.
You really can. You really can. Okay, so I want to get back some wait, where'd it go? Here it is. So Legion.
Yes.
They were okay. They were talking about Legion Quest. So I honestly don't know what Legion thought would change. Do you remember Legion Quest? Did you ever read Legion Quest, Carter?
No, don't make me dig that. Honestly, you said Magneto and my mind went to Resurrection of Magneto because there was a question I wanted to ask you.
Okay, well, you can ask me right after this. So for those unfamiliar, Legion Quest was a 6-part story arc. I believe it was 6 parts. Where Legion's plan. He was trying to kill Magneto, but he accidentally clapped his pappy. I don't know if you remember this, Carter, because this was right before Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember that. I keep saying, every time I see Legion Quest, I just think of EverQuest, and it makes me giggle.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. Legion. So yeah, basically what happened, it's been a while since I've read it, so if I'm misremembering it, please don't cook my shit in the chat, y'all. But basically the way I remember it was he was about to like put a cap in Magneto, and Charles basically got in the way of it, and so Charles gets taken out. The timeline changes, and Age of Apocalypse begins, more or less.
Okay.
Zeke Morse said, "Clapped as a kill, or as in breed? No, as in he shot him.
Freaky fool.
He put a bullet in him. He put a whole bullet in him. So yes. That said, I don't really know what honestly, I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'll do a video about this. This might be an opportunity. This could be here. Let's do this. Let's get the pen out. Legion Quest Revisit. There we go. Let me put that up there so I can get to it easier.
Okie doke.
Okay, now what were you going to ask me, Carter?
This newest issue of Resurrection of Magneto that just came out this week.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah, really good issue. But at the end, spoiler, if you all haven't read that.
Yes.
Was that Shadow King?
That was Shadow King.
Where the fuck are they at?
In the astral plane, most likely.
Got you. Okay.
They're very likely in the. I think they're in the astral plane. That's my guess. Because I mean, it just makes the most sense.
I was having a hard time trying to figure out like where are they, because she done went through dominions and all kind of stuff to finally get to him, and they just in the astral stuff with the Shadow King the whole time. In my mind went to the cartoon, because I'm like, in the older comics, I'm like, bro, Xavier stayed in there. You could have just hollered at him real quick. Hey, send me down the road. Hey, give me a ride over here real quick, real fast.
Yeah, no, that's the Shadow King. It's and the reason why I think a lot of people probably got confused by it too is because we usually associate the Shadow King with Amal Farouk, and Amal Farouk is not really the Shadow King anymore, not in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
It could also be the dark. I saw Zeke Morris say. I was thinking it was the Dark Force dimension at first. It could be. I'll concede that. I'm open to the idea of it being the Dark Force dimension. Yeah. Basically, because Amal Farouk has turned over a new leaf. The Shadow King kind of had to go find a new host, and that's why I think the Shadow King ultimately is going to probably just wind up trying to take over Magneto.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
I really want you to watch. I really want you to finish Legion.
I actually might. You know what? That might be you know what? I might read Legion Quest while I watch Legion. Might be what I do.
Reason being, because I want to see how you feel about its portrayal of Amal Farouk in that show.
I've heard it was really good. Because I know, oh my God, what's that poor girl's name? I always keep calling her April. I always keep calling her April Ludgate because that's just what I know her from Parks and Rec. But I heard she did a fantastic job as Shadow King. That's one thing I've consistently heard. But yeah,
I wasn't talking about her. Like, there's an actual Amal Farouk.
Oh, okay, all right, bet. Say less.
See, it's gonna bug me now. I gotta see what that girl's name is. I always forget her name.
It's funny because when you say her name, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, her.
Oh yeah, exactly. Aubrey Plaza. That's what.
Aubrey Plaza. Thank you. Yeah. Like now that you said, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like oh duh, yeah. But
Like-
yeah, there is an actual there is a Shadow King in there, but like Amal Farouk is in there as well. I want to see how you think of that portrayal.
How many episodes was Legion? Was it 10?
Oh God.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, let's look that up. Legion TV show. How many episodes was that shit?
Season 3 was 8. Season 2 was.
Oh, it had 3 seasons? Lord.
Yeah, it was 3 seasons.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that shit was one and done. I thought that shit was one and done. That's how much I didn't pay it any attention.
So in total, my brother, you are looking at 27 episodes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay, so let's move on to our next thing, because and this is going to be our main thing, and I kind of wanted to spend a little bit more time on this, but it might not last as long as we might think it will.
Okay.
So Gail Simone's X-Men, and I wanted to almost put Gail Simone's X-Men in air quotes, because it's still one of those situations where Gail Simone has yet to really cop to the fact that she's writing X-Men
Which is so weird. Just say that shit.
Well, for those that are, okay, so here's the thing. I know why she did it. Gail Simone is a notoriously silly woman. And when I say silly, I mean silly like in a fun way. Like she is, if you follow Gail Simone on Twitter, she is a goddamn trip. Her and Mark Brooks also have the funniest fucking rivalry I have ever seen in my life. But no, she was outed as being the writer for X-Men because the upcoming free comic book day issue that's gonna have X-Men in it, she is writing it. So that is why people are of the belief that she's going to be writing X-Men when it relaunches. It makes sense, right? Makes complete and total sense. Yoli Spinner says she is a menace on Twitter. Yes, she is. Dude, I love Gail Simone. She is fantastic. No, she is a straight up menace. Dude, she is, cheeky. Cheeky is probably a better word for it. Yes, she is very, like, I love Gail Simone. She is fantastic. Not only as a writer, but just as a person. Gail Simone is literally the salt of the earth, just an amazing person, just a good human being. Matter of fact, if you want to know just how good, kind, sweet, and just pure of heart Gail Simone is, we recently, I think it was the anniversary, I want to say it was either it's what would have been, I think, Dwayne McDuffie's birthday. Had recently passed, and she was giving him his flowers, and she took her time to do an entire thread talking about how much she loved Dwayne McDuffie, and even talking about how, like, if it were not for Dwayne McDuffie, she never would have gotten into the industry. And how, like, he basically put his faith in her, and that, it just kind of fueled her career going forward, and talking about how good, and kind and awesome he was. Gail Simone is easily, one of my favorite writers, hands down. I don't care who you put in the lineup. I kind of, fell into her work on, like Wonder Woman, Birds of Prey, Batgirl, stuff like that. And then, eventually moving on out into other stuff. But Skull24 said Gail Simone is the blackest name for a white woman I've ever read. Funny thing. So I don't know if this makes it funnier or not. Yes, her Secret Six. Secret Six was amazing. She did a fantastic job. If remember say they thought Gail Simone was black. No, she's not black. She was, it's funny though too, because I remember when she was talking about getting into writing comics, she was a hairdresser at the time, a hairstylist, and that was how she got in, is that she wrote on the side, and that was what kind of ultimately led her in. Yeah, no. Gail Simone, yes, yeah, no. She's awesome. But you know what? You know what I love about Gail Simone? Gail Simone's type of motherfucker. Y'all remember, what was it? Officer White on The Blackening.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Gail Simone would hit you with if you invited her to the cookout. She's like, I would appreciate the invite, but I wouldn't go. Not because I don't want to go, because I wouldn't want to be a distraction. That's the type of person Gail Simone is. That's why I love her. She's fantastic. She's also on the bucket list of people I would love to talk to. As a matter of fact, I am going to reach out to her, see if I can actually get her on the horn when it comes time to talk about her X-Men. But okay, so all that said, a news story came out recently. A couple of news stories, actually. And I'm not going to I'm not going to try and find some cheeky image because to depict this, because I literally feel like I made a pretty good one. So if you saw the thumbnail, for this, you probably saw where I had Rogue and Kate Pride on the front of this thumbnail. You're probably wondering, what the fuck are they doing there? Well, recently news came out that we're going to be too deep when it comes to leaders of the X-Men in this new era. And both of those leaders have seemingly been revealed to be both Rogue and Kate Pride. Now, when it comes to the layout of this, I'm fine with it. Ultimately, I'm not beat up about it. But I will say I would have preferred maybe there'd be a little bit more diversity in there. But considering that we've kind of had a little bit of that as of late, I'm okay with it. It's whatever. But the reason why this is all coming out is actually because of the Women of Marvel #1. I don't know if anyone's read it, but in that, this is actually where we get that news. More or less.
For anyone that hasn't read it, could you give us like a little bit of context of why this is the case?
So here is the deal. I'm actually going to pull it up.
Okay.
I want to actually, because I want to make sure that I don't.
I'm going to ban that boy. I swear I am.
Who? What happened?
It's some sick pervert always bringing up them damn hot claws. I swear I'm going to ban them. Every time somebody brings up them damn Wolverine hot claws.
Oh Lord. Anyway, I mean, yeah, that's yeah. Personally, I like the hot claws. I don't really rightfully have a problem with the hot claws. They don't upset me in any way.
Yeah.
But okay, so let me pull this up. There is a story in this. I believe it's called Malice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Malice the Mitigator, I think, is the one where this comes up.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, then I'm just wrong, and we'll just have to deal with that. But there's a point in the comic where we get a shot in here. I'm pulling it up here so you guys can kind of see it. Oh, where are you, Paige? Where are you? Okay, so here it is. Basically, this shot is Madam Web, who is looking into the future. Like, she's looking into the future of Marvel. Because, Madam Web, that's her power. She can see the future. So in this shot, here, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit because I want you to be able to see what I'm talking about here. They're kind of doing this in a way, kind of like how Timeless does, where it kind of shows you a taste of things to come.
Gotcha.
This is kind of doing something similar. But it's doing it with a more female focus. So like right here, we see here, this is Black Widow as Venom. Something that
that's what I thought that was.
Yeah, this is Black Widow as Venom. We've also, and yeah, while I know some people paid more attention to Rogue and Kate Pryde, because we see two very different shots of X-Men teams right here. We got Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, Nightcrawler up here on this side. We've also got Kate Pryde, Emma Frost, and 3 shadowed out people. So that's kind of like their way of letting us know, okay, these are 2 different X-Men teams. This is what's kind of led people to believe we're going to be getting 2 different X-Men books.
Maybe 3? Because
maybe 3.
I remember Storm trending, and I didn't understand why.
So,
and
okay,
then,
carry
basically,
on.
The tweet was that there were people that were upset because of all the development that she has gotten with all the Krakoa stuff. One tweet I saw, it was just like, now she's back in that damn school wearing a pantsuit with that fuck ass mohawk. I
love how there's something I will never stop laughing at is how much people hate her with the mohawk. It's like, bruh, y'all gonna be all right. Anyway, here's the thing. A lot of people did overlook this image. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of news outlets that reported on the story and overlooked this image right here. And yeah, it looks like Storm is going to be taking on a different role. I don't know if this is going to translate so much to having like her own book, or if it's going to translate to her just being in more of a, because here's the thing we got to think about. I have a feeling that while I know a lot of people are worried we're going back to the mansion, I do feel like regardless of whether we go back to the mansion or not, and no, this is not Greg Land. Greg Land does not draw like this. This is somebody who actually like just drew something and wasn't looking at porn while they did it. Sorry. So here's the thing. Granted, yes, we're likely going back to the mansion or some facsimile of it, but I think what people aren't really taking into account here, I feel like Storm is going to be elevated to more of a leader role, possibly in the same vein as what a Charles Xavier would have likely been. Did you read Dead X-Men this week, Carter?
I started it. I did start it. I just didn't finish it.
Okay, so this isn't a spoiler, but there's a part where we see Emma Frost.
Yeah.
And Emma Frost is doing something that we typically associate with Charles Xavier. Now, we would always see Charles Xavier going to these, congressional hearings, going to these, Congress, hearings and stuff like that. I feel like that's the role Storm's going to wind up taking. Like, I feel like she's going to wind up becoming the Charles Xavier, not so much in attitude, but like in overall, like giving the X-Men like, yeah, sure, maybe Rogue and Kate Pryde are going to be leading the teams. I feel like Storm may wind up being the person who is directing them to go out and do like whatever, or just kind of like overseeing everything. Like, she's going to probably wind up becoming like, if we're going back to the school, she's going to wind up being the headmaster of it. That's my take on it.
From like a governmental, like, I go to the Treasury meetings and meet with the UN and stuff like that.
Yeah, like whenever they have something about mutants, whenever they're like, oh, like, kind of like how, where we see.
Oh, Hank McCoy's role.
Yeah, right. Like, kind of like that. Okay. I could see her kind of taking on like a dual role there. And honestly, I'd be perfectly fine with that. I'd be perfectly fine. Because here's the thing, Storm has been putting in work. Okay, let's not sit here and act like Storm has not been getting the best storytelling she hasn't gotten in the last, like in her entire publication history, just in the last 2 or 3 years. Actually, I'd say 3 years alone, Storm has gotten a metric crap ton of focus. I know a lot of people were mad that she wasn't in House of X as much, but here's the thing. Honestly, she was better for
They made up for that shit. They made up for that shit. Man.
They more than made up for it. Like, actually, no, it's been like about roughly 4 years of just fantastic lights out fucking storytelling that is still going on right now. So yeah, if she's not like the forefront of the X-Men in this new era, I mean, I'm not upset about it, because while yes, I always I stand Storm, I love her to death. If she steps aside to make room so that other black and brown mutants can get some shine, so some of these funky ass nerds online recognize that there's more than 2 black X-Men, I am all the fuck for it.
If that is indeed what actually happened.
No, I'm saying if that is, like I said, but the thing is, in order for that to happen, we need to stop focusing so much on, well, where's Storm?
Yeah.
Because people are forgetting, like, and need I remind anyone? We can't forget, lest we fucking forget. And I'm going to pull this up because I feel like some people forgot about this. We have a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a metric fuck ton lot of black mutants, black and brown mutants, all the way through up and down.
It's really going to more so depend on a writer who wants to take a chance like they did with Sync. And other characters.
Prodigy, same.
Yeah,
Leah Williams took a chance on Prodigy.
Point being, it's gonna take these writers wanting them to take a chance and finding these characters' voices and not just trying to go with what is easier, because nobody was thinking about fucking Sync. Nobody was thinking about Prodigy like that up until like they were reintroduced to him in Kieran Gillen's Young Avengers. So like it really takes these writers wanting to take that chance and wanting to make you care about them as opposed to just doing what is fucking easy. Just to bring it back to the leaders that we think are going to be the leaders of the X-Men, that image you've pulled up.
Yeah.
Previously with Rogue and Kitty Pryde.
Yes, sir.
Kitty is wearing blue.
Yes.
And that's one question that I wanted to ask you, because I know there are going to be those people that are going to have problems if it's like they don't want her to kind of regress in a sense and go back to I saw somebody in the chat saying that she looks like she was 15 years old, how she was drawn, but there's that bubbly Kitty Pryde. So when I see her in the blue, I'm wondering if her with Emma Frost is going to be the harder X team. And the reason I say that is just because the blue currently with Kitty is Shadowcat. She's killing people up, down, left, right, the next street over and around the corner. So with her keeping that blue in there, I'm wondering if maybe that's gonna be the Uncanny X-Men. Maybe that's gonna be like
maybe the adjectiveless X-Men.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, because with Rogue being a leader, that's I don't care, just because. And I don't mean to say this and people take offense to it. I've seen that before. I've seen that with, and I've seen it when I say that. I mean, she led in a fucking Avengers team twice. So her leading the X-Men I'm not as surprised with that. The Kate Pryde and Emma Frost stuff is what I'm really interested in.
Well, I mean, you can't forget about X-Men Gold, because Kate Pryde was leader then too. Okay. And I also want to point out too, I'm not tight about if Storm's not leading a team. I'm okay with it because she has led multiple X-Men teams in her history. Like, she has led the X-Men on multiple occasions, and she even led the Extreme X-Men. So I'm not fucked up about it at all. But I will say
about Rogue.
Right. It's so John Stewart said, isn't Storm one of the only mutants not to die during the Krakoan era thus far? Yes, she has not died. She has not died.
Really?
No, she never died. She almost died, but she did not. She almost died on multiple occasions. Matter of fact, in her giant size, it was her giant size Storm, and they had an issue prior was giant size Jean Grey and Emma Frost. They did a story arc in that where Storm was going to die, but they stopped it. Like, do you remember the Grant Morrison New X-Men? They did that issue where like there was no talking whatsoever.
Yes.
Okay, so the giant size X-Men Jean Grey and Emma Frost, that issue was basically that, but updated for like the Krakoan era, where like Jean and Emma, they're going into Storm's mind and they're not talking to each other at all. But like there's no dialogue throughout the entirety of the issue. But when you get to the end, they recreate that last panel where Jean and Emma come out of the room and they like say exactly what it is they need to do. And they do the exact same thing, only this time it's in reference to Storm. And then they did a follow-up on that. I did videos about it. It's out there somewhere if y'all care to y'all give a fuck about that. But
can you like think about how cold that woman is, that we got all these resurrection protocols
and
ain't needed it, not nan.
She ain't been not damn one. She don't even know what a resurrection protocol is. And I will say this, and just to address something I saw in chat here, it says, why does Storm have to step aside for other black mutants to get shine? Wolvie doesn't have to step aside to let more white mutants get shine. There shouldn't be a quote on black heroes. Here's the thing, you misinterpret what I said, and I think you should reevaluate what I said in this light, and maybe you will not ask that question again. I'm not saying she has to step aside for me. I'm saying she got to step aside for a lot of y'all. Because a lot of y'all don't give any of these black mutants a chance that I pulled this picture up of. A lot of y'all aren't putting flowers on the names of characters like Tempo, Frenzy, Oya, Monet. I'll wait. Dark Veil. Dr. Cecilia Reyes. Y'all spend so much time talking about Storm. Y'all know, like, and this is, and y'all want to know, like, I'm gonna go back to the thing I talked about with the electrical Negro, because it's the same thing. Do you know why you get so many black superheroes that have electricity powers? Because y'all buy the shit out of them and talk about them too goddamn much. That's why. That is why they keep giving them to you, because that's what they think you like. Just like they keep giving us Storm, because we keep talking about Storm. I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I can sit up here and stand each and every single one of these black motherfuckers up here right now. Each and every one of these whole Negroes on the screen right now, I love. I can put respect on each and every one. Matter of fact, first off, I took a little bit of offense to that statement just because I'm the motherfucker who got called racist for wanting to have an all-black X-Men team. Which, by the way, I put Storm on. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there for you. Just
do this?
Answer that out there for you. So
why y'all get him like this, man? Why y'all get him like this? This is my first day back.
I'm just saying. There are so many black mutants out there right now. Most of which don't have... Hell, Monica Rambeau is a goddamn mutant right now. So yes. Oh, G. Martinez, I didn't draw this, so it wasn't incumbent upon me to put anybody on here. Somebody else drew this. I'm just using this as an example because it is the best and most recent comprehensive picture of black mutants in one place. But that said, I'm done with this conversation because I feel like some people...
He said you took the comment wrong. He just put it in the chat. I just got back. My first day back, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying, well, I mean, no. I maybe I did take it wrong. I'll cop to that. But my thing is, it seemed to question why I felt the way I felt without really taking into context what it is I'm talking about. Let me explain. And Carter, you will very likely know exactly what I'm talking about when I say what I'm about to say here. Actually, Let's take this off because we're not talking about that anymore. Focus groups are a thing. Carter can confirm this because he has recently been a part of some. Mm-hmm. They may not call them focus groups, but the way Carter described them to me, that's basically what. Oh no,
they're totally fucking focus.
They're totally fucking focus groups. And do you know what happens in these focus groups? For those that don't know what a focus group is, it's basically when a organization who is typically a third party to someone who is creating something, and they want to test the waters to see how people will respond to something. And they put a bunch of people in a room from, different walks of life, different backgrounds, and say, hey, what do you think about this? What does this make you feel like? Do you feel like this is a good thing? Do you feel like this is a bad thing? How would you feel if a movie or TV show or video game or whatever the fuck that they're doing? What if this came out and it was this? How would this make you feel? That's basically what the fuck they do. And I'm going to tell you what happens. And honestly, I'm not surprised by this because I can't tell you how many times when I do videos about black superheroes, specifically black X-Men characters, and people say, oh, I didn't know Bedlam was a thing. I didn't know bling was a thing. I didn't know that fill in the blank black character was a thing. And that's the problem. It's kind of like a feedback loop that where, yeah, we love Storm. Storm is the most, Carter, did you know Storm is the most trendingest Marvel character outside of like Avengers characters? Yeah. Like that heifer is always trending on something, somewhere. And you know why? Because people talk about her a lot. And you know what Marvel does when they see that? Oh yeah, we got to make sure she should open this so we can get these Negroes out here buying this book. It sounds harsh, but that's what it is. But no, I think personally, it's not that Storm needs to step aside because Marvel doesn't know how to do. I mean, in a way, it kind of is. I mean, you hand me the pen, I'll write you an all-black X-Men with Storm leading the group. As a matter of fact, I was actually talking to a buddy of mine about that. I actually might do it just as a personal project for myself. Matter of fact, that might be once I can actually, and by the way, for those that are wondering where the Patreon content has been lately, it's because new computer, also not enough inputs for my precious XP Pen tablet. So I got to rearrange some stuff so I can actually do the content. So trust me, I have one that's on the way. I just haven't had time to edit it down. But that said, yeah, that might be what I do. That might be the upcoming Patreon content. I will write, you know what? That's what we'll do. I will write an all-black X-Men comic and put it on Patreon. There you go. And you know what? And you know what? We'll call it X-Men Black. That's what we'll call it. We'll be on the nose with it. X-Men Black. I will write a whole fucking story about it. So, that said...
Okay, so real quick.
Moving on.
Real quick. We got 10 from
yes, we do.
Tariq Walker. Thank you so much. No messes with it. Just a dub.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I guarantee you it was because of everything that you just said. And then I see a comment here from Trimble Dust saying, he's asking, wasn't there a majority black team of Marvel characters involving a battle with Killmonger? You are more than likely referring to Ta-Nehisi Coates' end of Black Panther.
Yes.
I think that's what he's referring to. Black Panther.
Yeah, no, it was Black Panther number, was it 24 and 25?
Yeah, it was the end of that. It was the very end that he did. It was the very end. Yeah. That's what you're referring to.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, when people got mad at me for that, like I fucking wrote it. Folks got mad at me because I said that this was like the. Because it's what it was. That's what Ta-Nehisi Coates was going for when he wrote the goddamn shit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it wasn't. He wrote the story.
You did it?
Huh?
Somebody thought you wrote it?
No. People were mad at me because of what I said regarding it. Like I was talking about how there was a part in the story. There's a part in the story where a bunch of characters are coming out of portals and stuff, and it looks just like fucking Endgame. And I was like, I said, this is basically like the Black Endgame. Yeah. This is like Black Panther Endgame. And because this is, because this was, like this right here, like it was everybody. Literally everybody was in this goddamn shit. It was Negroes as far as the eye can see.
Stop it.
They were everywhere.
But yeah, I'm gonna say, dude, they mad at you because they thought you wrote it. If you had a Daniel Acuna connect and never told me, I am going to yell at you. I would be so fucking mad.
I'd be mad at me too because I'm like, how the fuck I forget this shit? But no, I want people to understand. So I'm like, I am very much an advocate, very much an advocate. Don't sit here and act like I ain't. That said, you know what? Speaking of being an advocate for something, let's be an advocate for are recommended this week. Carter, do you have a recommendation you would like to share this week? Or you said your recommendation earlier, I think, didn't you?
Sure. I'm at a point now where just everything that just happened, I don't want to say nothing else. You can't follow that. You can't.
Well, that said,
what you recommending, old man?
I'm going to recommend that. I don't know if I recommend this for it. My memory's terrible. So if I did, well, I'm going to recommend it again. I am going to recommend a little manga I've been reading as of late. Go Go Loser Ranger. So, actually, I'm going to be doing a video about this soon. And just FYI, the person who is on the cover is not the main character. This is a very interesting story for me. You guys know how much I love Tokusatsu. You know how much I love Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, all that good stuff. And yes, they do have an anime coming out. It is this is a manga. I think it's like 120 something chapters deep already. But yeah, the anime, and I think it's actually going to be on Disney Plus of all places. I think they actually cut some kind of a weird deal where it'll actually be on Disney Plus. But it's very good. I'm not going to spoil anything. All I'm going to say is what the story is about. Carter, imagine a world where the Super Sentai, the Power Rangers, are real.
I don't even have to imagine it because you sent me the trailer for it like a couple weeks ago. I didn't know it was a manga. I thought it was strictly just an anime when you sent it to me.
No. It's a manga. So this is a world where monsters arrived one day and apparently tried to take over. And these people who have the power of teenagers with attitude. No, I don't. They're not teenagers. Well, they might be teenagers. I don't know. I'm joking at that part. I'm being facetious at that part. Don't take me seriously on that specific aspect of it. But no, the Dragon Keepers is what they're called. They're also called the Ranger Force. But here, I'll pull this up so you can kind of see a little bit better. This team comes together and fights back against the monsters, and they defeat the monsters. And they kill the monster's leader. Now, this is equivalent of, like, what if the Power Rangers just smoked Lord Zed? Like, I'm talking about just ended him. Like, I don't mean, like, oh, we ran him off. Like, no, we ended him. We put the blicky up to his temple and pulled the trigger Sicario style, where he just like, like that. Like, yeah, they ended the motherfucker. So now they've cut a deal with the remaining henchmen. Like, imagine if the putties had more personality. They're called the Dusters, but it's actually very reminiscent of old school Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, the Skulls or whatever. It's very, 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 very reminiscent of that. But like, it's imagine an army of monsters that all look like this. And they can transform into like the types of monsters you would see the Power Rangers fight.
Okay.
And every Sunday, because that's when Super Sentai and Kamen Rider come on in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Every Sunday, in front of a live audience on television.
It's that on the nose.
Is that on the nose? The Ranger Force shows up and puts paws.
No, they not on TBS.
Right? No. But they put paws on the monsters. And people are cheering them on. They're watching. But here's the thing. What if you added an element of wrestling? The matches aren't real matches. The fights aren't real. They're predetermined. But they're predetermined to always go one way. The Rangers always win. And one day, one of the monsters says, fuck all that. I'm fighting back.
Okay.
And his mission is to infiltrate the Ranger Force and kill each and every one of the Dragon Keepers. Each and every one of these motherfuckers. And what if, let's make it even better. Let's put an extra wrinkle on it. Yeah, right, Herb Sweet. Yeah, this man is going into business for himself. Look, this man... Look, he said, look, I know I'm not supposed to kick out on 3, or I know I'm not supposed to kick out at 2, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah. You're going to have to pin me for real. But no. But let's add in an element of the boys. What if the Rangers, what if they weren't good people? They're the heroes, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the Red Ranger was more like Homelander? Yeah, what if the Yellow Ranger, Blue Ranger, whatever, were more like, the Deep or Black Noir? And I'm not even talking about the TV show. I'm talking about the comic, where they are objectively worse.
Mm-hmm.
That is Go Loser Ranger. Yep. Yeah, he said that don't work for me, senpai. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to show it because it's actually like a really cool ass part of the manga. But the part where dude, and by the way, the main character, the main character is the guy I was showing you. This is him. Fighter D. That's his name. His name is Fighter D. That's how generic all the monsters are, that they all just have really like generic names. That's kind of the whole point. So just D. But this motherfucker, he literally was just like, he's like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. He's like, we're not doing this. Yeah, but it is very fucking good. It is so good. I'm not very far into it. I'm on volume 2 right now. I have 2 of the other volumes on my shelf, and I'm gonna get the remaining 4 that are out next month or sometime this month. Actually, because it is already the month that this would happen. But sometime this month, I'm gonna get the remaining ones. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Highly, if you are even the slightest bit of a fan of Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, anything, you need to read this. And like I said, I have a video for volume 1 that's going to come out here before too long. I was actually thinking about doing that. Yeah, 8 volumes out already. Yeah. I haven't gotten that far, but yeah, volume 7 and 8, I've heard there's some wild ass shit that comes out for that. But let's move on. Questions from the Discord, y'all. Questions. Quick questions from the Discord. Quick questions. We've got one from Q Doma. Says, greetings, Blerd and Carter. Wishing you well in all ventures. But they said there have been a lot of layoffs and people getting fired this year. Ooh, especially in the video game industry. Feels like it has been the worst. It feels like it has been the worst this year for that. Everybody seems like they're catching hell. These corporations suck. What are your thoughts? Is there any light at the end of the tunnel? So here's the deal. I see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
However, when the pandemic happened and, some of those government organizations were, so the government was, sending out those, I guess what would be like the equivalent of stimmies for businesses so they could hire more people and, keep their businesses afloat. What we're seeing is the bubble burst on that right now. That's what we're seeing. All those people who got hired for all those jobs, we had more money then because we got all these grants and whatnot, and yada yada yada, whoop-de-woo, wah wah wah. That's kind of what we're seeing right here. We're seeing the bubble on that burst, and it's sad to see because studios that I know for a fact make buku money are like, I think, what was it? I think there was one day last week. I don't remember each of the companies, but I just remember EA was one of them. And all these different companies were firing people, laying off people left and right, left and right, left and right. And then it just kept, the next day, more companies like, oh yeah, we're announcing some layoffs. Oh yeah, we're announcing layoffs. And then the next day, I guess EA felt like they were left out and they were like, oh, we're laying off people too. And it sounds like I'm jesting when I say this. I'm not. I take this very seriously. I don't like it. It's my least favorite part about the video games industry as a whole. The fact that the video game industry at large has been called out to its face at various award ceremonies. Greg from Kinda Funny, he shit on the industry to their face at one of the recent awards he hosted or presented an award at. Which, by the way, shout out to the homie Parallax Stella who was up there with him. That's one of my homies. We used to play D&D together. And yeah, it was interesting to me because it just felt like it feels like it sucks when the thing you love doesn't love the people who give you all that enjoyment. Kind of like we talked about this on Nerds of Culture with the anime industry. It sucks when something you really enjoy and you discover that the people who make it for you, who give you the stuff that enriches your life, aren't being treated fairly, are being paid an unlivable wage, are also not being paid at all in some cases, and in many cases being fired. It's sad to me, and it makes me want to reevaluate my video gaming habits, but at the same time, I know all it does, like, that's one of the, it's a tricky situation because consumer activism doesn't really affect the video game industry in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And what I mean by consumer activism is, we saw this with the Harry Potter game. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not buying it because I don't want to support J.K. Rowling. And then that game wound up becoming the highest selling game of the year. That's why I say consumer activism doesn't work. When people said they weren't going to buy Diablo, what was it, 4? Because of how Blizzard was treating its employees.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 blew up. Blizzard was still treating its employees like shit. Consumer activism doesn't work. And if you boycott a game, the only people you're hurting are the people who made the game, who likely did nothing wrong to you or anyone else. Carter, I know you're a little bit closer to this because you have done work in the video game industry as doing like QA and game testing and stuff like that. So I know you probably have a little bit more of a unique perspective. So I'm gonna let you take over on that one.
Do these corporations suck? Yes. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Yes, because hopefully you're able to use that experience to do something else in that same wheelhouse that is better. With you bringing up these gaming companies that have closed their, or have just done massive layoffs, and it goes back to people asking me to like put them on for game testing jobs, and me vehemently telling y'all don't want that, because they're starting to, a lot of these corporations are literally starting to realize that why give an Ernie an hourly wage if we can just give an Elite X1 this for a few days?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I sit here and have to worry about giving LP3 and Herb Sweet and Gearless Mo and Christian Rapper and January 16th and Y-Tube Noob health benefits, if I can have Paris Yule and Bird Nerd just fill something out online real quick, and I could give them that and got to worry about them, and really I ain't got to give them actual money. I can just give them a fucking gift card or something. So when you hear stuff like that, that just goes back to, yeah, these corporations suck, and they're trying to, in a sense, penny pinch, but penny pinching in the sense of, we just want that money for ourselves. It's greed, basically. So, and he's right. I've seen this several times. EA is around the corner. I can hop on the freeway right now and go right to Square Enix. So it's just like, when I see that and I hear that, it's just, because here's one thing I think a lot of you all don't know, because I've told Ernie this before. Colbert with the 199 finally back on track, just because, bros. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
I have a very good friend of mine. Any of you all that watched me stream Gears of War Ragnarok, or God of War Ragnarok, excuse me, on Twitch, the new Valhalla mode. I think those videos are still on my Twitch if you haven't seen it. I looked in the credits for one of my homeboys. Shout out to Will. And Will kind of put me on game in a sense of, with these games and stuff, they sign a contract, and that contract is, and then I did more research into it. That contract is for you, like, the help with the development of the games up until those games hit gold and then get released, and then any kind of initial patches or things like that. And that's it. So what I mean by that is, all right, Ernie, I'm gonna hire you to do the Blerd Cave from February of 2024 up until August of 2024. So don't plan shit the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, if the Blerd Cave is a success, cool. But in this instance where the Blerd Cave is a success with me and with Ernie doing it, with the gaming companies, okay, you made Blerd Cave a hit. Bye. So the fact that they can just kind of just snatch the seatbelt off you when you're in the plane is crazy to me. But again, it's really hopeful that you all are able to use that experience. I've seen a lot of people trying to use it on Twitter, saying that, like, I just lost this job at this gaming company with all this experience. Anybody that knows about anything, let me know. People having to blow the dust off the LinkedIn pages and what have you. It's rough out here, and it is a bubble that bursts, but at the same time, it really shouldn't have, with how much money is really out here and the money that is being pumped into these games, and the games that you as a consumer are spending all of your hard-earned money on, with these expensive systems and these expensive games and these expensive peripherals and all this VR and all that money that's getting pumped in, you would think would go back to these people, and it's not. So
no,
I don't want to talk anymore about this subject. I did not mean to talk that long. Good Lord, y'all. Y'all should have shut me the fuck up.
I ain't mad at you. Go off, King. That's what I wanted. Okay, so truth be told, I was kind of glad you did, because it gave me an opportunity to write a treatment for my X-Men Black. Actually, I already have. I've already got the blurb. I've already got the back of the box blurb for it, so we're good.
All right, we got another question here. We got another question here from Urban Prince of Strong Style. This is a pretty easy one. Greetings, Blerd and Carter, on this beautiful Saturday. Let's say Bruce Wayne decided to put money in to help the poor in Gotham City. Do you think the rich elite, aka the Court of Owls, will try to assassinate him? Also, that could be a great storyline. That is all I have on this blessed Saturday. Okay, real quick, for me, no, they would not try to assassinate Bruce. They would know that the homeless getting all that money poured into them, the Court of Owls would literally just try to find a way to where they could leech off that and then make their pockets even fatter. I think they would just try to find a way that they could come up off of what Bruce is trying to do. What are you thinking, Ernie? The Court of Owls gonna come after him if he tried to give money to the brokies?
You know what? Honestly, maybe.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Court of Owls is too busy getting freaky down in the basement in the sewers and shit, getting having freaky eyes wide shut parties to worry about that. But yeah, I would say probably, maybe it would be something that I mean, to be fair, he kind of does. He just doesn't do it in he doesn't do it in the best way humanly possible. Let's put it like that. Like, let's be real. Bruce Wayne puts his money out there, but he does it in a way that everyone typically does. You know what I mean? Like, he puts money behind stuff, but, does he put as much as he probably could? I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Next. You want to take this one?
Sure. Trap God Thanos. What's good, Carter and Blerd Carter? It's good to see you've returned from one of those P. Diddy exotic parties. I was going to ask if you saw Meek Mill there, but I know you signed an NDA. That is so nasty. You would never catch me at any of P. Diddle's anything. My question is, I was wondering, would you guys have a problem if some of the primarily white X-Men were race swapped to be Asian in the upcoming Ultimate X-Men series? Momoko, it's talking about Peach Momoko, it wants to use Japanese mutants, but I don't think there is a lot of them to pull from. I wouldn't mind it if Wolverine was Japanese in this universe. He damn near is in 616.
Yeah.
Also, these motherfucking likes haven't been going up enough lately. So yeah, y'all most certainly need to fix that. So Ernie, how would you feel about an entire group of white X-Men race swap to be Asian for the Ultimate Universe?
I don't feel it's necessary. Because, I mean, there are Asian mutants. People just forget about them. People forget about Psylocke, which and I don't mean Psylocke with Betsy Braddock, a white woman in an Asian woman's body. I mean like Quanon, or as I've recently learned, is actually pronounced Kanan or Kanan or whatever. I've heard something along those lines, but whatever. I don't know. I've been saying Quanon my entire life, so we're just gonna go with that.
Yeah.
That said, there's also Zero. You've got Sunfire, and I'm kind of blanking after that, but they exist. You've also, as far as like just Asian in general, you can't forget about characters like Armor. And while Jubilee is not Japanese per se, I believe she is Chinese. So you've got Jubilee. So kind of adjacent, not quite in the circle, but not necessarily outside of it either. I mean, honestly, knowing that it's Peach Momoko, Peach is gonna draw it in the style that Peach always draws just about anything. So it's not really gonna matter.
Like what I've seen.
Yeah,
I really like what I've seen from it.
I'm perfectly fine with Peach just animating up the X-Men like as they are. I'm perfectly fine with it. I mean, I do think maybe we will see more Asian representation on that side of things. Maybe some characters you wouldn't normally think of that even I didn't bring up just now. But yeah, I would like to see it.
Okay.
We got one here from oh yeah, go ahead.
This is what I've never seen in here before. His name is Ryder Kick.
I think they are
Blerd. Okay.
I like Ryder Kick.
Blerd.
That's a Common Rider reference.
All right. Well, welcome to Discord since you are new. But Blerd, what did you think of DC spoiling their upcoming events with Amanda Waller and Brainiac?
The Brainiac one I wasn't surprised by because they've been building up to Brainiac for a while now. Amanda Waller too, on some degree. Like I just kind of knew it was coming at some point. But it's also the nature of solicits. Solicits are kind of terrible.
Yes, they are.
They are. They give up the game on a lot of things that could otherwise have been a surprise. And sometimes sometimes I will admit solicits are helpful to me because sometimes it gives me something to talk about on the channel, whether it's in a video or on live stream like we're doing right now, or even gives me some insight to something that you, as a person who did not read the solicits and then read the thing, did not have. That's why, like, I think I even did a video ways back where I talked about, like, yeah, sometimes you can't even believe the solicits, because I remember when they did the solicit for Mutant First Strike, originally it was not what they advertised. It was advertised as being something very small and only like focusing on like 2 or 3 characters, and turned out that book was full of motherfuckers. That was a rainbow color. It was, when I opened that book, it was like watching the We Are the World music video. Just like, I see Michael Jackson, I see Quincy Jones, I see Bob Dylan, I see Cyndi Lauper. God damn, it's a lot of y'all motherfuckers in here. God damn. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. I kind of wish they'd have kept it to themselves, though. That I definitely agree with.
Final question from the Discord.
Let's do it.
What's good, Blerd? Since y'all seem to be talking a lot about the X-Men today, I was wondering if there was anything you had to say to people who may have jumped on board with the Krakoan era, who have trepidations about this upcoming relaunch based on what we know so far. Get your uniform and clear backpack ready, because we're going back to school, whether you like it or not.
I mean, honestly, I've seen a lot of my peers, not going to name names, but I've seen a lot of my peers be very down on it. And I'm not, this isn't talking shit. It just is what it is. I get it. I know there's a lot of people who aren't excited. Like, you loved Krakoa so much. You don't want it to go away. But here's the thing. Krakoa was never going to stay. Not as it was. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I can tell you why, because Krakoa wasn't perfect. I mean, nor should it have been. But Krakoa had a lot of problems.
Those damn fascists.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, for reasons people don't think about, though. People don't think about how the Morlocks were treated on Krakoa. People don't think about all the babies that were born on Krakoa and were pretty much left parentless because they couldn't be bothered to raise a baby. The rules of Krakoa were way too rigid, even though there were only 3 of them. Some mutants were treated better than others, and I'm not just even talking about mutants who can pass for human, but there were mutants who were given way more leeway to run roughshod. Hank McCoy acted a whole monkey on that damn island. And off it.
It's just the way you say
it. I mean, Krakoa, it was good until it wasn't. And I'm not saying like from a storytelling standpoint. I'm just saying that like it's okay for it to go away. And it's okay for us to go back to the mansion. So long as we go back to the mansion in a different way. I mean, if we're being honest, they haven't been in the mansion for a while. Because, I mean, you think about what we had up to the House of X era, the mansion only has come up like as a location that gets revisited and then gets left. In Matthew Rosenberg's Uncanny X-Men, they didn't stay in the mansion. They were in a bar. They were slumming it inside of a bar. That was the base of operations. Hanging out by the pool. You know where the war room was? The pool table.
So was down and out.
Bruh. X-Men Gold. You know, they were kind of all over the place. I think at one point they were in Central Park. And later point somewhere else.
Shout out to nobody except me. He's saying, y'all remember Utopia? That was in San Francisco.
Yep. Genosha.
A hunk of rock just off the coast of San Francisco.
Right? It just I've been around long enough. I've seen these things happen. I've seen them come, I've seen them go. And if they go back to the mansion, I know a lot of people say, oh man, they keep going back to the mansion. They keep going back to the damn mansion. Kind of, but but not really. I mean, yeah, they do, but not as often as people might think. Because I mean, even in between some of those, like Utopia and those various other things, sometimes, I mean, maybe if they went back to the mansion, they went back for a little bit. Then they would go somewhere else. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
You know why I stopped bringing that shit up?
What's up?
I stopped bringing up the mansion and shit just because Peter then had Parker Industries went back to the Bugle.
Mm-hmm.
Superman been on World clowning, went right back to the Bugle.
Mm-hmm. You go back to what's familiar.
Kate Bishop been running all kind of things. Took her right back to Clint.
Mm-hmm.
Right back to Pizza Dog. Like, you know, so it's just.
Make no mistake. Miss Marvel is a whole mutant now. And guess where her ass will wind up inside of 5 years? Back on the Champions. And look, as much as I would love to see her be an X-Man permanently. Mm-hmm. Inside of 5 years, her ass gonna fuck around and be on the Champions again. So just go ahead and get ready for that. Yeah, I forgot. They lived in Australia. They did live in Australia for a while too. So yeah, we can't forget about that either. The thing is, I don't think where they are is as important as the stories that are told of them.
I feel that.
And if Gail Simone is the one who is on the book, I am willing to give that woman all the time she needs to cook. And I feel like, because here's the thing, you don't put someone of Gail Simone's caliber on a book unless you got something. And I'm pretty sure Gail Simone's got something. And I'm pretty sure that Marvel liked what they saw that she presented. Otherwise, she would not have been put on the book. Okay? She would not have been put on the book. She had to have brought some heat. Because I don't know if y'all know this. All the writers talk to each other. They have these little summits where they all get together and share what it is they're doing. I knew this before, but Donnie Cates actually brought this up when he did an interview on The Cave. They do that stuff. He talked about how when him and Al Ewing were sitting down and talking about, their stuff, and, Al liked what Donnie had for Hulk because they were going to be trading places. Everyone else didn't like it, but, hey, what are you going to do? He really didn't get a fair chance to finish his story on that one, in my honest opinion on that.
That was when the fucking accident. It was just bad.
That was when the accident happened.
That was when the accident happened.
Yeah, that was when the accident happened. So that I'm not blaming, and I'm not blaming Marvel for that. I'm just saying that was an accident. Like, there was nothing that could have been done about it. So anything that he could or would have done with that, we'll never fucking know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to trash his Hulk run because, I mean, I didn't hate it. It just was, it was Hulk. It was more Hulk. But no, to get back to it, yeah, they have all these summits and everything. These people, they talk, they share their ideas, and they find out pretty early on what it is they're going to be working on. And yeah, I don't think Marvel would have picked them, if they didn't like it. Same as how I don't think they would have pulled the trigger on Gail Simone if they don't like what it is that she's going to do. And yeah, I say just, you know what? I tell these people who are detractors, I say take a deep breath, let it out, and then take another one. And then let that out too. And calm the fuck down. Anyway, moving on. We have got a super chat here. I don't want to miss this because these have been kind of flying. I might not be able to show because I went back, I saw the questions, but I might not be able to show all of them because I've seen some come in a little early. So just putting that out there. We've got one from Nerd Large with 1999 super chat. Says, salutations, Blerd Mafia family. Ooh, I like that. Y'all see Meg the Stallion hit Tokyo like Godzilla for the Anime Awards? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Also, we going to get that Dune 2 reaction from OG Blerd and BG Carter.
I have to rewatch the first one. I have to rewatch. Let me. I think it's on Max now.
It is on Max. It is. I was thinking about going to go see it. I've just been. I have so much to do, y'all. Y'all have no idea. I have so much shit going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Y'all have no
let
idea.
me rewatch the first one and I get back to you all.
Okay. I think that's fair. And also, real quick, because like I said, I don't want to lose this one either. Tubes and one with the $10 says, not to get political, but I feel like Krakoa could have been a way to show how to build an ideal communist society, considering how many have been disrupted by Western influence, including Krakoa. This is true. You know, honestly, I feel like if Hickman wasn't writing it, I feel like we could have gotten that. Like, if you would have had an Ed Brubaker on this, I think you'd have gotten exactly what you're talking about. Just, you know, that's what I think. I think this could have benefited from an Ed Brubaker at some point, but yeah. What are you going to do? But yeah, I do feel like if, you know what? Here would be a perfect scenario. You know, I know everyone's worried about going back to the mansion, but what if, you know, just saying what if Krakoa persisted even after this, and that's what they did? I'd be fine with that too. Like, what if Krakoa got a fair chance under new leadership, more of a democracy as opposed to like a council of kings, kind of, and queens watching and lording over everybody and making all the rules for everybody else? I would like to see that. I would even like to see them kind of move to. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I would like to see them move to more of a ruling body, the way that Wakanda has. You know, Wakanda moved from a monarchy to a democracy. I think the X-Men could actually benefit from that. Instead of having a quiet council, you could actually just have a mutant Congress, or like a mutant Senate or something like that. And you could have various mutants from, you know, various factions and walks of life areas who come in and can say, hey, this is what's going on. And, you know, here are the issues, and let's see if we can figure out. Now, the only way I see this going sideways is if we start moving it more into a two-party system. I think that is where things could get ugly. And maybe that would be for the best. But once again, I don't think it would have not worked, but yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Let's get into our questions from the chat. I'm scrolling back because I know there were some in here that are no longer visible.
Yeah, I went to the live funding and then I went back to live chat, and all that shit is gone now.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be. I have it right here. The chat on my screen in OBS is not going to update for a while. Because I have to, if you scroll up, it pauses it. But that's neither here nor there. Point of the matter is, where'd it go? I was just looking at, here it is. Bill, this is I think this is the earliest one I see.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the earliest one I see. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Bill has a question. Says, have you, I can't show this because once again, it's way high up. Says, have you heard about the news of the big event by Al Ewing called Venom War? While we have Chasm, Curse of Cain, and Symbiosis, Necrosis, all of these are going to get personal. So yeah, Venom War I heard about. It's supposed to be we were actually going to talk about it the previous week, but we just kind of ran out of time. Yeah, I heard about it. It's supposed to be Eddie Brock versus Dylan. I don't know how that's going to play out because I've actually just not been reading Venom as of late. I'm not going to lie, I smooth fell the fuck off that book like a fail army video.
It's a lot. Dylan is still under the pretense that Eddie went bad, so he's looking to stop Eddie. And Eddie has, if you've read some of the issues where you've seen other symbiotes when he's like somewhere and it's just a bunch of those are all Eddie.
Oh no, that part I know.
Okay,
I know, so all that. I haven't read Venom since shortly after when he did the when he fully embraced being the King in Black, and they made the revelation that he's basically like Null was the antithesis of the Beyonders. Everything after that, I have no recollection of.
You really ain't missed nothing. Now he can make him. He went and he met with Kang. Kang trained him on how to make him look like himself, and he was finally able to realize at what point the light bulb went off in his head to where he turned into Marie. It is all headache inducing. This is one of those we were talking about earlier where somebody has more hits than misses. This is just a miss right now because of how confusing everything is with fucking Venom right now. But the long and short of it is Dylan is trying to kill Eddie. Eddie is trying to save Dylan. That's it.
Say less. Say less. I don't want it. Y2 Noob says, question, since Blerd took up Loser Ranger manga, can I recommend Kaiju number 8 manga? It's worth it. So here's a funny thing. Watch this.
Now I'm going to have to figure out at what point he did that so I can edit it out when I put it on Spotify. Oh, and just FYI, Nerds of Culture will be Nerds of Culture will be on Spotify on Saturdays if you all need to listen to it there, and the Blerd Cave will be on Sunday, so you all know now. And that is Kaiju number 8 that he is showing that none of y'all listening can see right now. How many is that?
This
Those
is
are thick. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, Well, I mean, this is about standard for a manga. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is standard for a manga. But yeah, I have the first 4. I bought Kaiju number 8 and Go-Go Loser Ranger at the same time. Because at first I was gonna buy all of Go-Go Loser Ranger, and then I remembered I've actually read some of Kaiju number 8 before, but it was when it first came out. So like I'm talking like it was only like 5 or 6 chapters out, and I liked it, but then like I just kind of fell off of it because I was just doing more videos. And I decided, oh yeah, let me get back to that. And now it's like way further along. I think there's like 8 or 9 volumes of that shit out now. But yes, Kaiju number 8, also really good. Very good. It's about a guy who wanted to be a part of the, I forget the exact name of it, because I'm blanking right now, but it's like basically a kaiju, an anti-kaiju fighting force. And for whatever reason, he didn't quite cut the mustard, so he wound up being bussed down to being a part of the kaiju cleanup crew, the people who go in and clean up the kaiju guts and stuff.
That is nasty.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
But then something happens to him that I won't say.
Did he get Tremor blood on him and he became one of the Tremors trying to fight Kevin Bacon? That's just where my mind went.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's not correct, but also not incorrect either. But no, it's a good book. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see here. Next question. This is Detrick Morton. So let me mark these so I know I've read them. Detrick Morton says, if you could build your own X-Force team, who would be on it? My choices would be Cable, Shadowcat, Quantum, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler, with the mindset of Age of Apocalypse. Teleporting heads off. Got you. If I could make my own X-Force, man, I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough one for me, and I think Carter knows why. I've been going back or maybe I don't know if I've told you about this. Well, anyway, I've been going back and looking at some of the old like Uncanny X-Force and like back when Warren Archangel was calling the shots. Back when he was bankrolling the team and had become the Herald of Apocalypse and
so you're talking about Remenders?
Yeah. I've been going back and reading some of that.
Okay.
So that's actually the team I have in my head. Yeah. Well, not exactly.
Find the fucking omnibus, dude. I've been trying to find
dude.
Omnibus.
You know what? If you find it, please say something, because I really like not just that one, but even like the stuff. I think there was like the X-Force, because I think it was just X-Force prior to that, where it was Wolverine in the black. And
that was Clayton Crane and Kyle Yost. I had that one, and then I got because that one, and then Second Coming came, and then that ended, and then that's when it went into Uncanny X-Force.
Got you. Yeah, that's basically what I want. That's what I want.
That was Wolverine, Domino, Wolf's Bane.
Yeah, like honestly, and that's the thing. That's what I would want to see. I would love so much like to have. So way I would do it is I'd mix it up a little bit. Instead of doing Wolverine, I'd probably have like Laura Kinney Wolverine instead of James Howlett Wolverine. No Logan or whatever. I'd probably do instead of a So this is gonna sound crazy, but it would work. Instead of doing Cable, I would do Bishop instead. I'd actually put Bishop in Cable's spot. 100%. I saw somebody make a comment about how like Bishop's never led a team. I'd actually maybe make him the leader of it. I'd put Psylocke in the Quanon version. I would definitely do that. And just before I even go any further, just so it makes sense why some of these characters would be here and where others wouldn't, I would want this to be in the same vein as that X-Force series I was just talking about. The Claydon and the Remender. I would want to be kind of in that line where it's like, yeah, we are the do dirt motherfuckers. We are the do dirt. Like we are the motherfuckers who come in and just glass the whole area. This is what we do, and that's it. Like we like honestly, I would almost kind of, you know what I would do? Man, honestly, they would probably be closer to the Hellions for me than they would be. Actually, that's what I want, dude. You know what? That's what I want. Bring back the Hellions. Fuck X-Force. Bring back the Hellions. I want the Hellions back. Justice for the Hellions. But no, I would also, if I wanted to add a couple more people. Oh man, Thunderbird hadn't been doing anything lately. Get Thunderbird in there. I want Thunderbird. We had Warpath on one of the previous teams at X-Force. Put Thunderbird on there in his place. And then last but most certainly not least, I would like to see I want to see that's it right there. That's the one. If you take Oya, because Oya kind of had a little bit of a dark turn for a little bit. Put her on the team. Put her on the team. I would love to see that. That's a missed opportunity right there. Not taken advantage of, in my opinion. Okay, well, this is an easy one, so we'll just do this one. Coburg says, question, is Mystique an Omega level manipulator? I thought the Dr. such and such said that she could be. No. I mean, you're talking about like Jean Grey levels of, manipulation there. I mean, maybe in a different facet, but yeah, I mean, I think it's just that she's really sly. She's good at pretending to be other people to get what she wants, or even saying the things that need to be said to get what she wants. That's not a mutant power. I mean, unless you're like Persuasion or something. The Purple Man's daughter. This is the last one. Brian Smith's question: where has Gabriel Shepard been during this whole era of X-Men? That is a good question.
That's a very good question. I ain't thought about that.
Actually, you know what? I haven't thought about that motherfucker either. So here, let's see.
Holy.
Gabriel Shepard. God damn. Okay, okay, I'm actually looking it up right now. Do you want to know the last comic Gabriel Shepard showed up in?
This is gonna be real nasty.
It's funny, we were talking about Rogue and Shadowcat like leading the X-Men and like, oh, why is it Storm? Why is it Storm?
Yeah.
Why is a Storm leading the X-Men?
I'm pretty sure they don't walk like you just tried.
I don't know. They do to me. So it was in this era of X-Men, back when it was like the all-female team.
The Marvel now. Good Lord. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a fan of Dotson. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I like it. I actually liked this one.
Covers is fine. It's just the interiors. They kind of have that Greg Landish of a lot of faces looking.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what? All right. I'm gonna give you that one because
like you can tell. Just look at the two people, like look at the two ladies behind Storm. You can tell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing, and I want to make sure I'm clear on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same problem I have with Jim Lee.
Okay.
All Jim Lee's women look the same.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think he's evolved and gotten better. But like, if you go back and read like his old like X-Men like Volume 2, number 1, like the one everybody had, Storm and Psylocke looked exactly alike. The only difference was one was black and the other was not.
Hold on. Let me blow this up on my monitor here. Hold on.
Here. I got you here. Yeah, I got you.
Phil. Which Guardians of the Galaxy is that? Go down. How long ago have we not heard from this person? The first Guardians movie.
Yeah, the first Guardians of the Galaxy. That's how long ago it's been. That is how long ago it has been. Just for anyone who was curious.
Yeah.
Oh, apologies, y'all. Y'all are gonna get a bunch of emojis that are gonna hit the screen because
Oh, dog, we've been getting them all show.
Well, no. Well, no, I said it because since I had scrolled up to find the earlier chats,
it
doesn't go by the actual chat. It goes by the chat I have in OBS.
Gotcha.
So when I scrolled all the way back down to the bottom, a bunch of emojis just showed up out of nowhere. I was like, oh shit, my bad. So yeah, that's what happens. So yeah, that was the last time we saw that's the last time that we saw Gabriel Shepard. Never to be seen or heard from again afterward. So yeah. If one was wondering, he's only been in 6 comics. Yep.
Damn, comics were $4 back then.
Yep.
They will never go back down in price. Man, no. So what was funny was the most expensive comic at that time was Hickman's Avengers.
Yep. Was it 6?
Yeah, it was $4.99, $5.99. And then DC tried to like dunk on Marvel. You should remember this. We draw the line at $2.99. You remember when DC was doing
it? And then their ass went up. Then their ass went up. Look, what was it? We draw the line at $2.99, and then next thing you know, yeah, pimp, these books $4.99 now, big dog.
Yeah, the Batman slowly started creeping.
Right. I wonder if I can find it. I want to see if I can find it. DC Comics. I want to see if I can find it. I want to see if I can actually find that shit. Oh man, 2018 is when that shit happened. Bruh, when I typed that shit in, dude, it didn't take 2 seconds to find that shit.
How many of y'all remember that?
Y'all think we don't man, look here. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Because I want y'all to see this shit.
Comics affordable for you.
Yeah, look. Here, look. I'm gonna remove this just for a sec because I want y'all to be able to see this shit. Yeah. Drawn the line at $2.99, and look where we are at today. Yeah, fuck out of here with all that. Fuck out of here with all that. Lying asses. Okay, so here's the thing. We got a $10 super chat from Chi-Town Dan. Says I see. Autocorrect fucked him up, I think. But he said, for Black X-Men, they were born into a world that hates and fears them, and then their X gene activated. Have a good weekend, Blerd Cave. Yeah, okay. So you know what? That's actually not a bad through line or for that. That's actually, you know what? Or here, we'll do it this way. Let's do it this way. I can get it this way, can't I? Yeah, let me copy that. Bam. Booyah. Bring that back. I like it. I love to see it. Yeah, that's a good through line. That is a good through line. I will credit you, Chi-Town Dan. You will receive a credit for that.
I want to give credit to the boy Gillis Mo with another $19.99 while we on the way out. Kind of like when the Killer Instinct 2 devs modeled all the female characters after Janet Jackson.
That's true.
It's real.
Hey, No, because remember when everyone was tripping off of Orchid?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, I wonder why. Look now, that Heifer is talking about what have you done for me lately? Because shit, Killer Instinct is. Do people even still play that shit?
It had a little wave because they put it on Steam. And they have it free. They have it free to play, but the free to play model that they have is really nasty. So it kind of came and went.
I didn't mean to hit that. That's funny. Well, on that note, thank you for that. 1999. Happy birthday, super chat. Yeah, see, I got you now. I got you. See, I had to pay it back. So wait, what line? They said, look, DC said, we draw the line. Said, we draw the line after $2.99.
Hey.
Actually, they said, you get comics for no less than $4.99 now, pimp. Killer Instinct taking strays. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. Carter, do you have anything that that you would like to announce?
No, I'm gonna go play Helldivers once we leave because it's raining outside, so I'm not going to get my car looked at right now. It is pouring down.
Oh, well, shit. I might be joining you here shortly. Then, I might be joining you here shortly. So, let's pay some bills real quick. First and foremost, I do want to say shout out to the chat, shout out to the patrons, the channel members, all the people in Blerd Koa, Earth's Mightiest subscribers, Earth's Mightiest listeners. And I will say there are several videos y'all are probably about to get here over the next couple of days because I've just been playing catch up. Some of them are going to be shorter than what you might be used to. I apologize. It's just kind of one of those things. It's the nature of the beast. But videos for Avengers Twilight, Transformers number 4 and 5, all in one video, not two separate videos. You will also be getting a video for Wolverine number 44, as well as Invincible Iron Man number 15. And you will also later on, maybe sometime later this week, you'll be getting a video for Midnighter, DC's Midnighter, because you know what happened? I made that video, fucking forgot I made it, and it's been sitting in my hard drive. I found it when I was migrating files from one PC to the next, and I was like, oh, I never put this out. So that video is going to be coming to you soon, and I'm also going to be doing a video about the first ever female Ninja Turtle, Venus de Milo. So there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y'all got 6 videos that I got literally sitting in the pipe, like in the chamber, and I'm literally just gonna be like, so actually, yeah, what Elite X was is I'd be dropping them Eagle Strikes reckless. That's how I'm gonna drop these videos on y'all, like a goddamn Eagle Strike. It's gonna be boom, 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 boom. Or no, wait, that's that was that 380 millimeter. That 380 millimeter just be a bunch of random bullets coming down. But no, I'm gonna hit y'all with that, and the Shard video will be coming out a little later this week as well. For those who are curious as to whether I'm gonna do a video for Immortal Thor or Where's the Vengeance of Moon Knight number 2 video. These things are all in the pipe. I still have so much stuff. I still got the interview with David Pepos. I still got the interview with Declan Shalvey and Drew Moss. And matter of fact, coming up here very soon, in just a couple more days, we got the interview with Greg Wiseman. So I have a lot. There's a lot going on. I promise y'all, I have not forgotten about you. There's a lot. So just hang with your boy. I got you. We gonna get there. That said, I think we're done here. We've had enough. It's time to go. So I want to say for Carter Presents, I am the Blerd Without Fear. And Mark Millar you can go to hell.
Bye.